and visit innofthemountaingods.com.
All right, let's do this.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. A shift from a group of 8 Democrats in the Senate who pushed to end the shutdown.
The Senate voted 60-40 to back a revamped GOP funding bill that would keep the government open until the end of January. 8 Democrats joined Republicans to pass the bill, including Senate Minority Whip Dick Durbin.
Fox's Madeline Rivera, Independent Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, upset over Democrats giving in to Republicans.
We got a lot of work to do, but to be honest with you, tonight was not a good night.
There will be more discussion in the Senate. Then it's expected to go to the House for a vote. President Trump welcomes the new Syrian president to the White House today. First time a president from that nation making the trip to the White House since 1946. Winter storm warning for Chicago. Snow on the ground, a few more inches expected. Northwestern Indiana slammed with 9 inches of snow so far. America's listening to Fox News.
In need of a tow? Those don't have to be dirty words. At Lee County Roadside, they have been offering friendly and knowledgeable service for 20 years. From light to heavy duty, there's nothing they can't tow. And with 24-hour availability, there's no time they can't tow it. Don't make a bad day worse by choosing the wrong tow company. Lee County Roadside, the good guys to call in a bad situation. For 24-hour service, call 575-392-3223 or locate them at 7401 North Del Paso, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like Lee County Roadside on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A big November run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, bred cows. We expect to sell 2,000 head, breaking down like this: 300, 325 weight cows and bulls, 275, 300 pairs of bred cows, 1,400, 1,450 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 20 to 25 cow-calf pairs, mostly black and black white-face Angus crossbreds of black calves, 6 to 10 years old, 58 bred cows. The Means Ranch, Buckhorn, New Mexico, ex-quality, mostly black Angus crossbred cows, bred to high-quality Angus bulls, 5 to 10 years old. 25 bred cows, 3W Rye Ranch, Estancia, New Mexico, ex-quality black Angus cows, bred to Angus bulls, 7 to 10 years old. 36 bred cows, the Surratt Ranch at Corona, ex-quality black white-face, red white-face English crossbred cows, bred to Angus bulls, 7 to 10 years old. 55 young open cows and heifers, the Means Ranch at Buckhorn, ex-quality 90% black white-face Angus crossbreds, they are open. 2 to 6 years old. 58 heifer calves, Kenneth Smith Incorporated Hobbs, ex-quality Charolais crossbred calves, cattle weaned 45 days, 2 rounds of shots, 450, 600 pounds. 78 calves, Mr. Monty Oni, Mountaineer, New Mexico, ex-quality black white-face Angus crossbred calves, 1 round of shots, medium condition, 450, 600 pounds. 42 calves, Dion Julian at Reserve, New Mexico, ex-quality mostly black white-face Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 45 days, 2 rounds of shots, 500 pounds. 43 calves, the Bonanza Creek Ranch, Santa Fe, New Mexico, ex-quality black Angus calves, shots at Brandon, 550 pounds. 62 calves, Gatlin Lake Ranch, Springerville, Arizona, ex-quality black and red Angus crossbred calves, shots at Brandon, 350, 500 pounds. 37 steer calves, Maley Land and Cattle Company at Carlsbad, ex-quality black white-face Angus crossbred calves, Bovinshield Gold 7-way, 450, 600 pounds. 63 calves and light yearlings, the Mayfield Ranch at Cornudas, Texas, ex-quality black Angus, 1 round of shots, 400, 700 pounds. 35 calves, light yearlings, Mr. Steve Haynes at Artesia, ex-quality black Brangus, cattle weaned 60 days, Bovinshield Gold 1 shot, 7-way, 500, 700 pounds, and 81 calves, Miss Natalie Humperville, Glenwood, New Mexico, ex-quality black Angus calves, 1 round of shots, 375, 450 pounds. Several other sets of high-quality native calves and yearlings. Sale time this morning, 9 a.m. Sale pairs, bred cows, 11. Be selling calves and yearlings near 1 o'clock. We expect to sell 2,000 head today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Good times and bad come and go. The dust settles and you take a look around. That's when you see who your real friends are. We've seen our members through the toughest of times. We're conservative and we're consistent. We don't always tell you what you want to hear. Sometimes we say no, but we're always looking out for your best interest. That's what friends are for. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number, you're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos back at it again at Permian Ford Lincoln, your new home of the Big Blue Gorilla. You'll see why whenever you come by. Check it out. Anyway, glad to be back powering B in the Breakfast Club. Also excited to be back here at Permian Ford making all the deals for all of Southeastern New Mexico and West Texas that are so outrageous you'll think twice about buying or selling your car anywhere else. Text me today, 575-441-7855. We have a radio discount code, Breakfast Club. That's 575-441-7855. Radio discount code, Breakfast Club. PermianFord.com.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast going down to 285 on this Monday as temperatures in the middle 60s in Roswell with a mostly clear sky. A cool front moved into the area and temperatures were cool this morning. 68 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 62 degrees in Lovington. Well, temperatures will jump to 79 degrees in Lovington on Tuesday with 82 degrees in Roswell. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Simplify!
Simplify?
Simplify!
What are we celebrating?
What are we celebrating?
Celebrating the Marine Corps' birthday.
The Marine Corps birthday.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi, baby.
Because Marines are not allowed to die without permission.
Happy birthday, United States Marine Corps.
Today, you are Marine.
Hoorah.
Showtime.
In the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
Good morning, New Mexico. The sun's about to rise. Grab your coffee, start your day. It's time to open your eyes. Kevin B's got the mic. Blake's cracking a joke. Monica's on the headlines, keeping us all woke. B and the Breakfast Club, we're kicking off your day. Classic country hits and news to guide your way. Weather, traffic, and a smile to keep the blues at bay. B and the Breakfast Club, it's your morning getaway.
Tune us in on the airwaves, we're rolling through the land. From Santa Fe to Roswell, where you go to morning band. Rain or shine, we got the beat, the chatter and the tune. Start your day the country way under these New Mexico moons.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise. Today is Marine Day. Celebrating the Marine Corps. Who is your favorite Marine? You got a favorite Marine? Monica, you have a favorite Marine?
I'd probably have to say our vice president. I don't have one in our personal life.
What about Big Country? He's Marine.
Oh, yeah, Big Country. You my favorite Marine.
Big Country's Marine. My one of my favorite Marines is my cousin that went into the Marine Corps because he was in trouble. His name is David Robichaux. He was in trouble with the law. He was in trouble with the law because he was trying to maybe, I don't know, make a living selling the devil's lettuce. Went before the judge. The judge told him, you got two choices, boy. Go to jail or go in the Marine Corps.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Went in the Marine Corps and made 30 years in the Marine Corps. I think 31 years, became a recruiter, lived all over the place.
That's awesome.
The Philippines, Japan, where embassy work, became a recruiter.
That's neat.
And then his son committed suicide, and he decided he was going to get out of the Marines to be able to live life and try to cope. Yeah. So he's my favorite. Good guy.
Hoorah.
Retired in Pascagoula, Mississippi, with a lawn company that all he does is basically point people in the right direction and sit by the pool.
So he's making that Pascagoula run.
Yeah, and so has done really, really well for himself, and probably went from jail to doing really well for yourself.
He's a living Jimmy Buffett.
Well,
song.
I mean, because he could relate to kids today going, look, I understand about all the pitfalls. I lived that life. And so, David Robichaux. Yep. God bless you. So, favorite Marine, I'd love to hear from you. Our number 877-396-W105. There's a kid that went to Goddard High School. He's a Marine. And has raised his entire little family going to in the Marine Corps. And I can't remember his damn name for a second. Damn. It'll come to me. It will come to me. But I follow him I used to follow him on Facebook as he was deployed all over the place, and Facebook killed it. They destroyed it. Well, the Democrats not happy. They're not happy. Yes, the shutdown is over. In case you went to bed last night early, the shutdown is over. You had 8 Democrats finally step up and go, I'm going to do the right thing. I am going to do the right thing. We'll dive into that coming up in just a second. Area code day. Where are you from? I'm from the 504. 504. And they changed it to the 985. It just doesn't sound as cool.
I know.
Are you trying to do hand signs?
Yeah, I mean, 985 just doesn't sound as cool as 504.
You can do 504 on one hand.
You can still say I'm an OG from the OG.
Yeah, now New Orleans is still 504.
504.
504. I'm from the 985. See, it just does not have that ring.
You know, I always felt bad for those kids that got 505 tattooed like all over their face.
And then they changed the.
And they changed it to 575.
Come on, people. Today is International Accounting Day, Civics Pride Day, Forget Me Not Day, Vanilla Cupcake Day, Sesame Street Day, Marine Corps Day, World Science, Peace and Development Day going on all day today. People are celebrating the city streets. Food stamps is back. Food stamps is back. Now, what is the governor going to do? They got a special session going on.
They do.
Maybe this caller can help me. What is the governor going to do now that all that money is allocated? Are we going to continue to spend it? Is this Elaine?
No, this is Big Country, USM3, USMC 3043. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, Big Country.
Happy Marine Day. What did the Marines teach you, Big Country?
Say again?
Say, what did the Marines teach you? Give me a life lesson.
You know what? There's a couple things they taught me. One, there's no such thing as a problem. There's only situations. They also taught me when I'm at my lowest and then when everything seems like I can't do something, I've done harder, I've been through harder, and everything this world's thrown at me hasn't killed me yet. So get up and dust off and march on. As they'll say, improvise, adapt, overcome. Hoorah.
Hoorah.
So that's the biggest thing. There's a lot of times in my life where I stress, and I literally do. I go back and think, what would my drill instructors be saying to me right now?
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
Yep.
With the budget surplus, I will say this, and I've seen it. And y'all know from my calls, I'm no bleeding heart leftist by any means, but we need to fix CYFD, and we need to fix how this state deals with its troubled youth.
Yeah, no doubt. And new report coming out over the weekend. No duh, it said that juvenile crime is on the increase in New Mexico.
It's pathetic and it's sad. And what happens is, and I saw it personally, I was in a shooting 2 years ago, and I had seen the effects of, it was an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old that happened 25 steps from me. One shot the other down. You know, and New Mexico does nothing about youth offenders, and then we have this, and this happened here in Roswell.
Wow.
And it's sad. And the way we house our troubled youth is pathetic.
Yeah.
At our CYFDs, y'all, you really do need to contact your legislatures. This is not cool.
No, it's not cool. And what happens with our juvenile offenders? Our state legislatures decided, well, they deserve another chance no matter if they committed murder. Let's let them out at 21. And so they stay in the system, in the juvenile justice system, until they're 21, and they never go to real prison. They just stay in the juvenile system. And it's not good to have 13-year-olds around 21-year-olds.
Nope.
It's not. But let me say this, because I grew up in the system. From the age of 9 until the day I went to United States Marine Corps boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, been locked up in juvenile hall many a times. At probation, I was on probation for 6 years. I was one of those troubles kids. I was smoking stuff that you ain't supposed to. I was dropping stuff you ain't supposed to. I was doing all that.
Yep.
And New Mexico, luckily, I found out I had at least some good guidance at my last placement. These kids don't have that. Here at the CYFD in Roswell, let me tell you, these children live in a converted office building in an office with a bed.
Yep.
There's no guidance. There's no homes. There's no loving. They just warehouse these kids. And when they age out, they kick them out. So they don't know anything. And what do? They go back to their families. They go back to using dope.
Yep.
And they get in trouble.
Yep.
And we don't teach these kids anything. And then we wonder, why is crime so high in New Mexico?
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest problem. We need to arrest these kids. They need to learn that jail sucks.
Consequences.
Absolutely.
Well, the good news is that you overcame all of that and became.
Well, we all can.
Yeah, became productive, and so everybody can. Hey, Big Country.
Love y'all. Hey, I love that intro song.
Hey, yeah, we're trying. We're trying. I appreciate you, brother. You have a good one. All right, we're going to check the weather coming up next. President Trump, 79 years old, raising eyebrows after clearly, they say, faking a story about Barack Obama. Paid millions in insurance royalties, but is it a fake story? I know enough about Donald Trump. I don't think he's passing fake news. I think he knows something. Mm-hmm. Look, we know the billions and billions and billions of dollars that these insurance companies have made off of the insurance companies. Right. I mean, made off the government.
Right.
So instead of paying the government directly, the president came up with an idea and said, hey, let's pay the people. The only problem I have with that, you've got people that will take the money. Mm-hmm. And then when they get sick or get hurt or whatever, they have no insurance, and we're still on the hook for their insurance. But I would rather give money to people than these, $1 trillion insurance companies.
Amen.
So probably not fake news. I bet there is some validity to Obama getting money. I'm just saying. There probably is. Sean P. Diddy, Puffy Combs reportedly made homemade booze at a low-security prison. Yeah, and while serving his sentence, some bathtub gin. He went from the Cristal to the bath. Man,
is there anyone surprised by that?
Man,
toilet towel.
Yeah, I just can't believe how the mighty have fallen. The drink combines Fanta, sugar, apples, and you let it ferment a couple of weeks, and they call that in prison the Fizzy Dizzy.
Fizzy Dizzy.
Or I messed that up. The Fizzy Diddy.
Oh.
Or maybe the Fuzzy Diddy. I don't know, but one of those. You can pick one of those.
Trash bag hooch.
Yeah, so, looks like Diddy might be in a little trouble. Carol Burnett donated more than 140 of her industry honors, including Emmys, Grammys, Golden Globes, to UCLA. So donated all of that and gave a lot of money to the endowment program for the musical theater. And Paul Tagliabue of course, NFL commissioner for 17 seasons, died Sunday. He was 84. Apparent cause of death was heart failure, but he had complications from Parkinson's. And the Grammy nominations announced on Friday. Kendrick Lamar packed the list with 9 nods. Lady Gaga 7. Sabrina Carpenter came in with Bad Bunny at 6 apiece. And former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez lost his Fox Sports job after being charged with that felony in connection with his role in the stabbing of that 69-year-old truck driver. So he is no longer on Fox. Didn't he get stabbed, though? Yeah, he got stabbed. He ended up in the hospital. Yeah. Yesterday, the Democrats, a lot of them not happy. They were upset that the government was closed.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're upset that the government is open.
Well, because they can't inflict more pain on people.
Right.
So Chuck Schumer is very upset that he had 8 people that caved.
He's upset because he's afraid of the left,
really
loony part of his
he's
party.
afraid that he's going to lose his gig.
Yeah.
Is what he's afraid of. Because my brother yesterday, the liberal brother, because Saturday I was to the point, or really Sunday morning, I posted this up. Look, it's time to do everything the Democrats are saying they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to beat them at their own game.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, they want to pack the courts. Let's pack the courts before they pack the courts. My wife's like, you're thinking like a woman. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, that's the way we do it. Vindictive. Bam. You going to do that to me? I'm going to do it before you do it to me.
What the governor here does.
Yeah, so pack the court, end the filibuster, use the filibuster to get everything possible, because once you lose control, and they do take control, they are going to go 100% in and do everything they're promising to do.
Mm-hmm.
They will pack the courts.
Because they're Looney Tunes.
They, this divide in the Democrat Party, they're going to do all of that stuff. Ain't going to be fun. All right, we're going to talk about law enforcement response to a kidnapping in Roswell. We'll dive into that. Quick check of the weather this morning. Being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store at Hobbs. They're in the Broadmoor Mall. Stay warm. FR jackets, $129.99. You can get FR hoodies starting at just $79.99. They've got winter gear. Non and FR apparel is available to stay warm. The insulated gloves, the heated jackets, thermals, vests. They even have the portable heaters to keep the job site or the home toasty. You can find them in the Broadmoor Mall, there where the Permian Basin gears up for winter. So they also have that section of boots that are just $99.99. Get them today. And right next door, you've got Scrub Outfitters, now more than just scrubs. They have infant clothes from all the way from newborn to size 7. They've got shoes for the infants, diaper bags, so much more. Scrub Outfitters, they're in the Broadmoor Mall. They're right next to Rig Outfitters. High temperature today in southeast New Mexico, 63, 37 tonight. Veterans Day tomorrow, 79 for southeast New Mexico. Today, 60 and sunny. 37 tonight, 65 and sunny coming up for Veterans Day in Ruidoso. And in Albuquerque this morning, a little chilly this morning, but warming up to about 66 with sunny skies. 34 tonight, 71 for Veterans Day. The entire week looking good across our listening area. Quick look at the weather being brought to you by Fens and Artesia. Fens has big specials going on right now, celebrating the veterans. Boneless chicken breast, $1.88 a pound. Get the London broil, $4.99 a pound. T-bone steaks, $8.99 a pound. Also, get the quarter loin pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Also, in the produce department, get the navel oranges, $2.99 a pound. Mini watermelons, $2.99 each. Also, get the cucumbers, 3 for $1. Raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, 6-ounce container for $1.99. By the way, that navel oranges, 3-pound bag for $2.99. And the deli department, they've got you covered with beef bologna for $7.99 a pound. Virginia smoked ham for $4.99. Baby Swiss cheese, $8.99 for a pound. And you can get your white bread, $1.48 a loaf. And don't forget, at Finn's and Artesia, they have Coke, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, and many other flavors. Get them today for $7.99 for a 12-pack. Check them out, Finn's, Country Market, and Artesia. When we come back, we're going to talk about kidnapping in Roswell. The governor, what is going to happen with SNAP? Elaine might be able to help us with that. We'll get to Lane Sena Cortez coming up next. And President Trump saying, if the Supreme Court passes, if they go along with the okaying my tariffs, everybody in America, every citizen, might get $2,000 rebate. The Supreme Court's like, oh, you're going to do that to us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
They read the paper.
Yeah. So we'll get to all of that coming up next. Elaine Sena Cortez, how are you doing today?
Good morning. I am inspired driving on the road to Santa Fe, being with the industry that fuels our economy. The oil and gas traffic is crazy.
Oh, right. It's going to be that way for a while. So, Elaine, how do you go to Santa Fe? Do you come to Lovington, cut across Tatum, or you're?
Well, yes. Don't tell my husband, but me and my district legislative aide are taking the shortcut, which is through Lovington and Tatum.
Yep.
Typically, I go the little bit safer way through the Carlsbad Highway, but we took a shortcut this morning, being that I'm pressed for time to get to my first meeting before we gavel in at 12.
Yeah, I was on that road on Saturday, and my thought was, how long is it going to take them to move these damn cones and finish the project? But at least they're working on it, and because
I am so grateful they're working on it, because then that means I'll have a shortcut for my travel to Santa Fe once that road is done.
Yeah. My favorite road is to go through Hagerman, go Lovington, Hagerman, and then cut across that way. But because it doesn't have as much traffic once you get on that highway. So what is the governor going to do? Because the government is. The federal government's open already, so they're going to fund the food stamp program. What are you guys going to do today?
Well, before I get into the details, I do want to say happy birthday to the United States Marines. They are 250 years old today.
God bless.
And I also, God bless them and the hard work that they do for our country. And I also want to thank our veterans. I know tomorrow's Veterans Day, and I just want them to know that their sacrifice to safeguard democracy was not in vain. So God bless our Marines, and God bless our veterans.
Amen.
Now we can go ahead and get into it. I understand, I feel like more than anyone, the need for food assistance and the urgency to fund SNAP, right? So I grew up in a family of 5 in a 2-bedroom home, and we were the recipients of food bank food.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember going as a child with my dad to the food bank to pick out food for our family and also to help other families in our church.
Sure.
But what frustrates me the most is that Democrats in Washington have used food scarcity as a tool to leverage American people.
Yep.
And now New Mexico Democrats are doing the same thing that they're doing. The bill, as I read it, and I'm sure there'll be some more drafts today, was a 7-page bill. I saw the draft last night, and it is a bill that it's not just about feeding New Mexicans. It's giving the governor unlimited power without checks and balances, and it's putting money back into a different pot once the federal government reimburses us, so that she does have unlimited power. And so they're using food scarcity as a tool to unleash hundreds of millions of dollars that could possibly be attached to an unfunded mandate in the future. And so that's not something I can vote for. Like, if it was really about feeding New Mexicans, that would be a page and a half bill.
Sure.
So it's a power grab by the Democrats.
Yep, I agree. And, we need a complete overhaul of our food stamp program anyway. You know, I was reading the numbers on who's on food stamps. Of course, we added a ridiculous amount of people under Biden on food stamps, but we've got a lot of people that come from countries that my wife is an immigrant. I have no problem with immigrants, but we got people that we're setting people up to fail. We got people that are coming from Afghanistan and Somalia that over 50% of those people end up on government assistance.
Yep.
And
And
just
money.
to put that in perspective, 21% are on SNAP. That is 460,000 New Mexicans that are on SNAP. And the program does need to be reformed, and we should be pushing and inspiring able-bodied New Mexicans
Amen.
that if you can work, you should be getting a job and
Amen.
you should be going to work, because at the end of the day, the government is not your daddy.
Hey, thank God. And you know, Elaine, back in the day, you talked about churches and food banks. Back in the day, that's who took care of the people that didn't have enough food. As our churches and nonprofit organizations, it wasn't the government taking care of. And when I see people whip out that food stamp card, and I'm a working taxpayer and an old dude at that, and they're eating better than me, I'm just like, this is a broken system. New information came out recently that shows that, 20% of all SNAP benefits went to sugary drinks and food?
Oh, see, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? It should be the nonprofits and the churches that step up to take care of our people. And if our government in New Mexico gave all of our grassroots organizations and the humanity of New Mexicans the opportunity to step up to the plate, we would. The thing is, when you depend on the government and you allow the government more control in your life, then you will be used, just like we're seeing with the New Mexico Democrats, you will be used as political leverage. Senator Lujan and Senator Heinrich, they are being used as political leverage.
Amen.
And they think that their no votes are helping New Mexicans. They're not.
So how many people in New Mexico have starved to death in the last month?
Well, due to all of the government's control and power, I don't know of any.
Yeah, thank you. That was my point, because fear tactics, all your hospitals are going to close down. Your rural health facilities are going to close down if we don't fund the Affordable Care Act. We have had no hospitals. The big, beautiful bill is going to eliminate all these. We have no hospitals that have closed. I read the news every day. I haven't seen one hospital closed. So fear tactics, sooner or later, we're going to have to figure out the Democrats, all they do is fearmonger, 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 and it's not fixing anything.
No, I agree. It is a lot of fear-mongering, and then they're blaming Trump. And I'm like, I don't remember Trump having a vote in Congress.
I've said that
last
before.
time. You have the vote.
So,
and speaking of votes, when you get up there today, because the governor's not leading this, she's out of the country.
Right.
Howie Morales is going to be there. What is the game plan? Since the government is opening, we don't need to do anything in the state. What are y'all going to do?
So here's the situation. So the Washington, Congress in Washington, it looks like they made a deal to reopen the government. They finally got the votes in the Senate. However, there's like a 72-hour rule before they can vote on it in the House of Representatives in Congress. And so while there is a plan to reopen the government, it's not open yet.
Right.
And so the SNAP benefits that the government for New Mexico that they have taken out, that $30 million to pay for SNAPs, to pay for the SNAP benefits, it's about to run out.
Right.
So that's why we're headed to a special session to fill in the gap. But really, it's to give the governor more power, and so that this new law could be attached to potential unfunded mandates, which is not okay. So,
no. Yeah. But
we're headed there to go fight.
Go vote no. And, the crazy thing is the House should have the votes. The House already passed it anyway. They should have the votes. and we can fix this, and then we can look at maybe a permanent fix to the Affordable Care Act, because we know when it was passed in 2008 or 2009, our insurance has gone up threefold. So it's not affordable.
I agree. And something that President Trump mentioned was, let's just undo Obamacare and that Affordable Care Act altogether, give money back to Americans,
right,
and let them decide on what insurance they use.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, we know what's best for us. Government doesn't know what's best for us.
No, we know that the insurance companies have got really wealthy over doing this, and it is not good insurance to begin with. It is not good. It does not take care of like female when it comes to female long-term care, like all the stuff females need as they age to get done. Nothing. So we need to revamp. But the idea of the Affordable Care Act was basically to bring us to single-payer health care, and thank God that's never going to happen.
Right. And what you're witnessing, what I'm witnessing, is an abuse of the system.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And many
with insurance and SNAP, all of the above that we've talked about. And while we have an uphill battle in New Mexico, what gives me so much joy is that President Trump is still our president, and we are making moves in the United States.
Hey, Elaine, what congressional district do you live in?
I live in CD3.
CD3, so not CD2. I was about to prop you up for CD2.
So right now for CD3, we have Representative Zamora. I serve with him in the House. He's running against Teresa Ledger Fernandez.
Right.
He just announced.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, because Gabe Vasquez has got to go too.
Well, you got to remember, Kevin.
Oh,
they
yeah.
split Hobbs in half and split off part of Roswell.
Right. That was by design to split southeast New Mexico. Elaine, go give them hell.
100. Hey, that's my plan. I sure appreciate you, and I'll end on this word. We need to fire Stansberry, Heinrich, Lujan, and Teresa Ledger Fernandez. And at the end of the day, we need to turn this state red.
Amen. Thank you so much for checking in with us.
Thank you. You guys have a blessed day.
Be safe on the road. We won't tell your husband, by the way, what highway you're on.
He's probably listening.
Not to tell him either.
He's probably listening.
Thank you. 737. So the governor, as usual, has attached all kind of things to the bill. And I don't get why you get the bill like a day before you go to session.
So that way they don't have time to.
Well, that's what it's about. The Democrats will have time to dissect. Republicans will not have. Sometimes they get the bill like an hour before they vote on it.
Yeah.
I think that should be outlawed. I think all the bills before you go into, after it goes to committee, they should release the bill and you should have a blueprint of what you're going to vote on. Kind of crazy. Saturday, busy day in Roswell. Suspect allegedly held up two female hostages at gunpoint at a residence on West Jefferson Street Saturday night, surrendered peacefully, and was arrested and taken into custody by the Roswell Police Department and Chaves County Sheriff's Office. Thank you guys for working together on that. And we just talked about the governor's SNAP. She released a little bit of information yesterday on social media. And we'll see how this goes. But the acting governor. So how long has she been at this climate conference? It's been like 2 weeks.
She's been there since last week.
She's on the beach.
She's like, I got to go take my Ozempic shot.
She hates New Mexico. She doesn't want to be here.
And President Trump calling on the tariff opponents, he called them fools. And promised $2,000 dividend check for every American if it gets through Supreme Court. The more I'm looking at, like Amy Coney Barrett, who was actually a Trump appointee. Holy cow. I don't know how this thing is going to end up. All right, Albuquerque man convicted in March of murder. We'll dive into that. We got to get to the tweet of the day. I've got plenty of sound bites. Democrats losing their mind. 7:40, 20 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns 1907. Northbane and Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. Looking for personal protection. They've got you covered. Ladies, you've been thinking about getting some personal protection. They have lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. 575-622-0023. Check them out today. Not too early to start doing your Christmas shopping. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. Monica in the text, 20 away from 7.
Laughter Lovers said, R. Lee Ermey, hoorah, Semper Fi. I guess that's their favorite Marine. And Bean Sandwich said they finally remembered who butters their bread. Viva Trump, Semper Fi. And someone else said, my favorite Marine? My father, Semper Fi in heaven, Dad. That's from Melinda in Carlsbad.
Amen.
My favorite Marine was Gomer Pyle, hoorah. Said Drew from Fort Stockton. Smokey says, good morning, you guys. And Monica, have a good day. I hope y'all had an awesome weekend. Good morning, Butthead. I love you, babies. Have a good day. This one said, they're east of Eunice, and they can barely hear us.
Well, we probably got some atmospheric stuff on a hazy Monday.
Cold,
Please switch to our streaming apps. And by the way, you can find us Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, Kick, whatever else we're on. And, of course, our app. You can just download our app from the Apple Store or the Google Store.
Well, and Kevin, you just hit on it. This time of year, especially with where the front boundary is and our tower is taller than everyone else's.
Yeah, so we
that
get hazed, and it just kind of knocks us out.
Happy Marine Day to Michael Burton, said this texter. And Rand Paul, only so-called Republican that voted no. He has not supported Trump this whole time. He needs to go.
Well, Kentucky needs to completely overhaul. And I like Rand Paul on a lot of things, but, just time for him to go. And Mitch McConnell. So, Kentucky, do your share.
This texter said, I was born in the 70808, raised in the 39669.
No, area code, not
yes,
zip code.
not zip codes. My favorite Marine would be Sean Nicholson at Leprino Foods, but that's because he's the only Marine I know. That's how I feel. I feel like J.D. Vance is the only one I know of. I don't even know him, but the Constitutionalists, why don't we send them to a youth military camp, and then when they're 17 or 18, send them off to actual military?
Amen.
That was the issue that Big Country was talking about. My favorite Marine is my dad, who passed last August at the age of 70. Oorah, Dad. Love you. Is it hoorah or oorah?
Hoorah.
Hoorah. Okay. Texter Hector said CYFD needs to be restructured. Most employees should not be staffed. They need to do backgrounds and put them on tests and how they would handle real-life situations.
Remember the last week or week before last, we had the story about the lady that choked the teenager? Mm-hmm. And look, I raised teenagers. I get it. But you can't do that.
Really?
You can't choke somebody out just because you're frustrated with them.
Tough.
Put them in timeout. You take yourself a timeout.
Jody from Lovington said, happy birthday to all of the Marines. Thank you for your service. Big Country said, P. Diddy doing freak-offs in prison? Who'd have thunk it? Don't drink it. You'll wake up with duele de culo.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I know what it is, but...
Biggest fan said, he's talking about you, B. We have to listen to another day of B saying nobody eats better than me. Maybe if he wasn't spending money on gold for his Mr. T wife, as he said, and traveling all over the world, he could afford to
I got
eat.
one thing to tell you.
Get him, B.
I got one thing to tell you. You jealous fool. You jealous fool. And when did I ever say that I was better than somebody? Those words have never, ever, ever, ever come out of my mouth. And what my wife spends her money on is her business. I don't tell you what to spend your money on. I mean, so if you want to spend money on crack, go spend money on crack.
Hey.
It's, why are you worried about what I spend my money on? Worry about your life.
If this is so important, said a texter, then why did the governor leave the state? Why make a trip outside of the U.S. and
Well,
not
let's
stay
just
in
be
New
honest.
Mexico?
Any conference that lasts 2 weeks is BS.
Yeah.
Any conference that lasts 2 weeks. I mean, you're talking about climate change? You know, that would take me about 5 minutes and I'd be on the damn beach.
Well,
yeah, it's hot today.
How many jumbo jets that do more fuel than anything else did these people fly down there for their climate change conference?
Yep.
Hypocrites. Damn hypocrites.
Texter Hector said, big shout out to Texas Tech. I was in attendance with this big upset.
By the way, congratulations going to Texas Tech.
My favorite Marine is R. Lee Ermey and my buddy Preston Powell. Irish Outlaw said, happy birthday, Marines. My father is my favorite Marine. 0331, oorah. I don't know. I don't get the numbers. Bryce Berwick. Their crew, basically. Squad. Lagoon. Unit.
Yeah.
G-Unit.
I don't know.
My favorite Marine is my son, Anthony Love. Disabled. Is he disabled now, Gary? Aww. Rand Paul votes no because those bills don't fix the issues, said the constitutionalist.
Well, and I get that, but the continuing resolution I guarantee you he signed off on it like 12 other times that it's the same damn bill. So once you sign off on it 12 other times, but now you got a problem?
Fidel said, good morning, you all. I love your show. My favorite Marine is Bryce Berwith, the nephew of Paul Berwith, owner of Paul's Vet in Roswell.
God bless.
0311 MOS, which 0311 is infantry.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Steve B said, I went to the Tech game also. It was flipping amazing.
Yeah, Tech is doing really well. They might have to expand that stadium.
Number 8 in everything.
Yeah, they might have to expand the stadium. Blake, you got one?
Yeah, I have a traffic update for you. It says someone took out a light pole at Wood and Canal in Carlsbad, and traffic is very slow in that area.
Traffic update being brought to you by our Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. This happened last night, in case you missed
it. On this vote, the yeas are 60 and the nays are 40. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn, having voted in the affirmative. The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
So now it goes back to Hakeem Jeffries, and we'll see what Hakeem has to say. Bernie Sanders was not happy last night. He was very upset.
Has been developed. It is impossible to delay the votes that are going to take place. And if that were not the case, that is certainly what I would do, because I think it is important that the American people fully understand what is being voted on today. Everybody in America knows that our current health care system is broken. It is dysfunctional. It is cruel. It is by far the most...
Who put out Obamacare?
That's not what you're voting on, Bernie. You're voting on the continuing resolution to keep the government open.
But
that other issue is something you can debate later.
They actually screwed up health care.
They did.
The Democrats. They're the ones that screwed it up. And they wanted everybody to be fed. Now they're upset that Don Lemon is very upset.
Look, don't let them spin you. The Democrats caved. People have been asking me, what Democrats caved? I want to know. We need to know. Okay, so these are the Democrats who voted to cave to the Republicans. 8 Democratic senators are Dick Durbin, Maggie Hassan, Angus King, Catherine Cortez Masto, Tim Kaine, Jeanne Shaheen, Jackie Rosen, and John Fetterman. They joined the 52 Republicans in this procedural
Well,
vote.
thank you. Thank you very much, Democrats, for caving, if that's what they want to call it. Thank you for caving. We appreciate you so much for caving. All right, we'll talk about Albuquerque man convicted of murder in a homeless union. Homeless people have a union now. I almost lost my Red Bull this morning when I read that story the first time. Unbelievable. All right, today is Marine Day, so I went and found the tweet of the day from a former Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Barry the Bull Marine. We'll get to him coming up next. Tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry, dry cleaning, pressing. They can wash, dry, and fold all your clothes. Drop in and drop off all your clothes. Come back a couple days later, everything is good to go. And if you do want to wash, dry, and fold your own clothes, yeah, they have coin-operated machines at all 3 of their locations. Open 7 days a week, 609 West Lee, Carlsbad 604 West Church, Carlsbad and 406 West Cedar, and Loving. Check them out today. Barry the Bull. This is one of my favorites on TikTok. Always talking about America first, talking about Marine Corps, talking about our military, how to make our military stronger. Barry the Bull on TikTok.
All right, let's see what's going on in New York City. Roll the clip.
They're taking down the American flags, is what they're doing in New York City. Some jackass has climbed up and is removing all American flags. In case you're listening on the radio and not watching on our channels. Oh, he left the Puerto Rican flag up.
That's New York City. That's the United States. Mandami, he won. Of course, he's hanging out in Puerto Rico. That's how into socialism he really is. Like, we're going to be equal. And when I say we, I mean you. Because I'm going to be on an all-expenses-paid trip to Puerto Rico. You think I'm staying here in New York City? No. I mean, to me, New York City's coming off like London 2.0. And people will watch that and they'll go, but Christianity, Barry. Christians are the evil one. Charlie Kirk was a fascist.
Yeah. So, yeah. Wow. Sad, taking down the American flag. Barry the Bull, go check him out. He is on. He talks about our military and talks about breaking the code. He actually shames people.
One of these days, we're going to listen when our enemies tell us how they're going to take us over.
Yep.
Yeah. The communists did it.
Yep.
The Muslims are doing it.
Yep.
When do we stop them?
Yep. Saturday, make that Sunday on the Sunday morning show. The guy who is in charge of the Democratic Party, his name is Ken Martin. He is the chair for the DNC, actually called out for lying. Our journalists are now saying, nope, that's a lie.
Republicans own every part of this government, and they own this shutdown.
Well, they don't own the Senate when it comes to 60 votes and getting to cloture. And by the way, that senator who said don't shut down the government over health care was Chris Murphy in 2013. All right, Chairman, good to have you back with us.
Yeah, I mean, they have control, but they don't have enough votes to make it work. And Brandon Johnson, of course, the mayor of Chicago, is actually calling in the UN to get Donald Trump in check.
The federal government's immigration enforcement has been marked by violence and an assault on the dignity of all Chicagoans. I call on this council to hold the federal government of the United States to the same standards of accountability you apply elsewhere in the world. No country should be above international law. I urge the Human Rights Council.
You are a clown. You are a damn clown is what you are. You are the biggest clown out there.
Where did the violence come from, Kevin?
Look, Chicago has been a violent city for many, many years.
I don't think ICE brought violence to Chicago.
But did you see what happened in Chicago over the weekend? You had shooting.
It wasn't ICE.
At ICE.
They were at ICE.
And you had people running their car into ICE.
But that's not ICE
No,
doing
that's
the
not.
violence.
That's not ICE doing it. That is people acting violent towards ICE and shooting at ICE. The Latin Kings have put forth bounties on ICE's head. Time to take these boogers out.
Yeah. Maybe they're paying off Johnson.
But he goes before the UN. That's nuts. Mega Million back over 900 million tomorrow. I bought 4 tickets and didn't win anything.
And Blake Soft told you so.
Hey, you can just slide that 20 my way.
So I'm still hoping to win. I want my swimming pool.
You want me to give you the odds?
Oh, I know the odds of winning, but I know people that have actually won, so they didn't think they were going to win either. And everybody laughed at them when they did it, but now they're all millionaires. So
Okay.
I think they're still millionaires. I would have
Statistically, maybe not.
Yeah, because a lot of people that become millionaires.
Because they go on a spending happy
Yep.
spree.
What about the guy that went to the strip club with like $200,000 in his, and somebody stole the briefcase, and then he reported the police? They were like, "Why did you have $200,000 in your vehicle?" By the way, if you get caught with $200,000 in your
They're gonna
vehicle,
arrest you.
they will probably confiscate the money because you have to prove where that money came from.
Yep.
Say if you're going to buy a new car, or not a new car, but a used car, and it's $15,000, and the police stop you, you have to show how you obtained that money.
Yeah.
Which, fundamentally, there's something wrong there.
Yeah. That happened to a buddy of mine. Went to Houston to buy a vehicle, and they stopped him on the way. And that Highway 59 from Houston to Victoria, that is a drug corridor that goes, because it's going from Corpus Christi all the way down that way. From the border all the way to Houston.
Keep your receipts. That's all I'm
make
saying.
sure you have to show. Morning show this morning being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing and Insurance Specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured. Veteran owned and operated for over 30 years. A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. They offer free estimates. Call Dwayne Pennick today. 575-318-9725. Construction. They do roofing. Got an idea, maybe addition to your house or a carport or whatever, get in touch with them. Warning you about the out-of-town, out-of-state contractors. When they're gone, your warranty is worthless. Call Dwayne Pennick this morning, 575-318-9725. A Custom Construction and Roofing. Albuquerque man facing life behind bars for killing a 75-year-old during a robbery last year. On Friday, the grand jury convicted James Gonzalez of murdering Harry Valverde. Prosecutors say that Gonzalez and his girlfriend went to the Southwest apartment to rob the gentleman, the man whom his girlfriend had met days earlier. Gonzalez shot him and killed him and fled with his girlfriend. Two were later arrested at a park in Albuquerque. He's going to spend the rest of his life behind bars. I didn't even, Monica, did you know the homeless have a union?
No.
Who's paying dues?
Right.
I mean, what are you paying dues with? Fentanyl? That's probably, I shouldn't say that, but. So. New Mexico's special legislative session starts today. An Albuquerque homeless union helps to held a press conference calling on lawmakers to make changes for the community. So the vagrants are now okay. So organizers of the union and participants for the People's Forum met at the Civic Plaza, hanging banners with a list of their demands to reopen the federal government and restore funding for housing, health care, and repurposing New Mexico resources to create, here's the word, sustainable humanitarian mission. Sustainable humanitarian mission. Wow. I didn't even know the homeless had a union.
Yeah.
By the way, the government's back open, so you can go to work now.
Now, I saw an interesting thing on that because we've talked about it before where they did those little bitty one room.
Yeah, like a tiny house.
There's a new player in that field, and I think it's called like Box something. Anyway, it's about 360 square feet, and it has a kitchen and a bathroom and a bedroom and everything. But they start at like $70,000.
Yeah, somebody's hosing somebody.
Yeah.
Because here's a great idea. We could take kids like at C-Tech and let them build the damn things for like $20,000.
Amen.
That makes more sense to me.
It's like they're cool, but take the same way out.
Somebody is making real money off of that type of stuff.
You can go to IKEA and just take those little showroom things.
The whole idea that we are providing housing for the homeless, we know it doesn't work. They spent billions of dollars building these luxury apartments for the homeless in California, and they destroyed them because they don't want to be there.
Right.
They don't want to be there.
That's true.
Some people are saying the president was booed. I did see people flipping him off and stuff at the, but the sad thing is, you have the ceremony going on where their military enlistment ceremony going on during halftime of the Commanders game. The president was there, and he spoke, and there are people, at least have some respect for the people that are enlisting in our military. Like Trump, don't like Trump, it really doesn't matter. It's not about Trump, it's about the enlistees.
Well, and the did you see Air Force One fly over with that? That was pretty cool.
And Trump said it was the best ever. Best flyover
he said
ever.
that. He said that like several times.
James Carville saying that he could run a convicted pedophile against Republicans in the midterms and win. See, my brother said the same thing. He goes, the Republican Party is done. I'm like, I think you're wrong. I think the Democratic Party is fractured and done. It is a complete Looney Tune bin now. And I think independents aren't going to buy into the whole idea. Yeah, I think the Republican Party, like them or not, is fairly stable. The Democratic Party is not stable in any stretch of the imagination. Looks like Governor Abbott in Texas is seeking his 4th term in office. He announced that yesterday, launching a campaign for his 4th term. You have to remember he did his first term was he picked up the rest of who was the governor? Rick Perry. Rick Perry. Picking up the rest of Rick Perry's as Perry ran for president.
Yes.
So how long can you be governor in Texas?
As long as you get reelected.
So you could go on forever. Yeah. Dictatorship.
Okay.
That's what the Democrats are going to be saying.
Well,
but
I don't care.
Greg Abbott's like, I ain't going nowhere.
Why? It's they don't have term limits on anything else, so why should they have term limits on governor?
Manhunt underway after federal agents take gunfire as rioters ram vehicles and hurl debris in Chicago. These people lost their mind. They need to be picked up and put into a small cage. You're going to riot against law enforcement. The whole idea of doing that is crazy, and we should have put our foot down from day one, but we didn't. New Mexico State Police arresting a man accused of a drive-by shooting in Tucumcari. Officers responded in August to this drive-by shooting. They finally got the guy. He was arrested on Thursday. He had 10 guns, including AK-47 AR and multiple handguns. And his name is Damian Yasko, 20 years old, of Tucumcari, taken into custody. I saw his picture. I'm going, they're probably going to wipe that smile off your face. Lenny Wilkinson, Hall of Fame basketball player, coach, and dead at the age of 88. Lenny Wilkinson had, of course, played 15 years in the NBA, then coached for a long, long time. One of the greatest coaches. I think he's better known as a coach than a player. And was a awesome player, made the All-Star team, passed away, and he was 88 years young. So, great basketball player, great coach, great mind for the sport. Did you see this happened on Friday, transgender lawmaker, first in the state of Maine, New Hampshire, was arrested, pled guilty to federal child sex abuse charges. Stacey Marie Laughlin, former New Hampshire lawmaker who believed to be the first elected openly transgender lawmaker in U.S. history, pled guilty to child sex abuse charges. 41-year-old ex-politician, recently entered her plea in Boston. Charges include sexual exploitation and child sex abuse materials. All of these cases stem from a daycare center. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And New Mexico showing an increase in juvenile offenses. Are we surprised?
No.
Seriously, are we surprised that New Mexico, over the last 5 years, the number of juvenile offenses is actually on the upward trend? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And they divided up all this data. By the way, this story on KRQE, if you want to check that out. That's one thing the governor promised she was going to look at in the last special session, and we didn't even talk about that. Morning, how you doing? Where are you calling from this morning? Hey, you're on.
New York City.
New York City, what's going on? Home of the socialist.
You're driving me crazy. I listen to your station from New York City, and I think you people are great. We're very, very depressed about what's going on. I'm a real Bronxite from the city, and I just heard on your show what's going on with the flags. I can't believe it.
Yep. Isn't that nuts? It's crazy. It's crazy they're taking down the American flag, but doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. It's pretty sad.
What is everybody else saying about that?
I have one other thing to ask. I got my 2025 tax bill from Rio del Oro, Valencia County. Oh, my goodness, that never went up. All these years, it never went up in value.
Well, you should be thankful you don't have to pay extra taxes. What are people in New York saying? Are they having buyer's remorse with the mayor's race?
They're absolutely they're really angry, but I don't know what's going to happen. It's I work on Wall Street in the Wall Street area, but I'll tell you, I don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be riots or something. This is getting out of hand.
I think Mandawi is going to fix everything. That's what he said. That's what he said. He's fixing everything. You just got to embrace the whole idea of free everything. Have a good morning. God bless. 707 KWMW Baltimore 105.1 FM. Also, KWES 93.5 in Ruidoso and KDAZ AM 700 FM 96.9 in Albuquerque. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Fusion Medical Spa. Get in there and talk to them about spider vein treatments. They do vampire facelifts and facials and chemical peels and the photo facials, plus micro needling and a whole bunch more. Right now, $50 box of Botox. You buy one, you get one free. So go check them out today at Fusion Medical Spa, River Crossing in Ruidoso. Their number, 575-257-4772. And don't forget to ask about, if you're living in pain, ask about stem cell therapy. Check them out today. We haven't done the price of oil this morning. By the way, if you want to sponsor the price of oil, you can do that. All you got to do is send me an email this morning at kevin@mtdradio.com. I'd love to chat with you. If you're a big oil and gas company and want to sponsor the price of oil, you can do so. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Metal roofs, metal buildings, they can do all of that. Doesn't matter if it's industrial or a commercial metal building. They can remodel the outside of your homes with brand new windows, brand new siding. Yeah, they also could take care of your roof, metal roof or shingle roof, and take care of your seamless gutters. Find them online at SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Want to call them? 575-391-1430. Monica in the text, 709.
Nemo said,
Don't you want
dude.
price of oil?
Yeah, coming up. Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
West Texas Intermediate is up 19 cents at 59.94. Brent Crude is up 20 cents at 63.83. Natural gas up 13 cents at 4.44. And the wholesale cost on a gallon of gasoline, $1.95. Kevin?
I'm running late. I got to get on out of here.
I know. You're like, boom, boom, boom.
And I was like, wait, what? Okay.
All right, Monica.
Nemo said, dude, hearing from someone from New York is something I didn't have on today's to-do list, but that was great.
Right? Thank you
Love
for
the
calling.
accent. Oilfield Trash Ben said, we need to bring back nightsticks and fire hoses. You can't fight fire with marshmallows until they feel pain.
I mean, think about that. Back in the day, they were like, somebody want to act a knucklehead, they'd meet knucklehead with stick.
My favorite Marine is my great uncle Sergeant Richard Harrison, a tail gunner shot down over the Philippines during World War I. Jay in Carlsbad said, a homeless union? Well, I'm more confused than a homeless under house arrest.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Chip said, if the shutdown would have gone on to 41 days, Trump could have made all the cuts that Doge wanted to do without getting votes. My favorite Marine is Ricky Mitchell from Jow. Rest in peace, my friend. My favorite Marine is my hero son, who is stationed in Florida right now. And Frank in the Patch said, I just got on the radio. Have you heard or spoken about the January 6th pipe bomber who was at Capitol Police and got promoted to the CIA? He's been identified now.
I did not see that story. If you could send me a link to that. All right, we're going to talk about Hakeem Jeffries continues to lie. The Schumer shutdown. It's actually done some good. I'll tell you about that. And Scott Bassett, did you hear him handle George Stephanopoulos?
Yes.
That was awesome.
Well, and you got to remember, Stephanopoulos is not a journalist.
No, he's not.
He was a former Clinton White House person.
Yeah. Was he the press secretary?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I thought he was the press secretary.
Yeah, I guess he was.
Yeah, he was press secretary.
But ABC gave him the job and then said he was nonpartisan.
Yeah.
Why?
Of course he was.
You'd
Monica, you got
never
a couple
in his
more?
life.
My favorite Marine is Mr. Rogers. May it always be a beautiful day in the neighborhood, said Daddy. Was he really a Marine?
Yes.
Wow. Uncle Mike said my favorite Marine is Gomer Pyle.
Amen.
And this texter said, I think the Dems kept voting no just so the longest government shutdown would be under the Trump administration. Bean Sandwich said, me thinks Bernie is the dog that got hit by the rock. I don't know what emoji that is. I can't tell. And good morning, Breakfast Club, and congratulations to the Eunice Cardinals bringing home the Little League Super Bowl championship. We're proud of our boys. My favorite Marines are the ones who share their crayons. Is that like a inside joke? Jody from Lovington said, my favorite Marines are Daryl Beasley, Stephanie Dowell, Caton Baxley, and Stetson Kirkpatrick. And that's all for the text line.
God bless America. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable, boom or bust. They are there for you. Pick up the phone, give them a call, 575-622-4160. They can deliver gas or diesel, interstate batteries, and more. Website, wakefieldOil.com. That number again, 575-622-4160. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is, when I'm home alone, every noise I hear is a serial killer. It's my thought for the day. We'll talk more about the ICE raid in Chicago. They have debunked a lot of misinformation. We'll talk about that. And Billy Bob Thornton tells us, is he a conservative?
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you about that. And Trump proposing extending the mortgage. How long can you get a mortgage for? We'll talk about that. And then another sports scandal coming up. And the cleaning lady fatally shot in Indiana. We'll tell you what happened. And also a Florida deputy attacked during and responding to a crash. He was shot, and we'll tell you all of that coming up in just a second. News this morning being brought to you by our buddies at La Tienda in Pecos, Texas. You can find them right there on Eddy Street. Some of the savings going on this week as we celebrate our veterans. Boneless chicken breasts, $1.88 a pound. T-bone steaks, $8.99 a pound. Get the London broil for $4.99 a pound. And pork chops, their quarter loin, for $1.79 a pound. Produce department, 3-pound bag of new crop navel oranges, $2.99. Get mini watermelons, $2.99 each. Cucumbers, 3 for $1. Also, save big time thinking about making sandwiches. Start off with the white bread, $1.48 a loaf. And in the deli department, beef bologna for $7.99 a pound. Virginia smoked ham for $4.99 a pound. And get the baby Swiss cheese for just $8.99 a pound. You can also find all the refreshments and the coldest beer in town. Get Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite, $7.99 for a 12-pack. Get it today at La Tienda in Pecos, Texas. We're being the Breakfast Club. We're coming right back.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. For the past month, thousands of New Mexicans who receive SNAP benefits haven't known what to expect. But on Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court granted an emergency appeal to temporarily block a court order to fully fund SNAP payments, meaning the administration can temporarily continue with partial payments for SNAP. But Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says New Mexican recipients will have full benefits this month because the state loaded the funds onto EBT cards before the Supreme Court's rulings. Despite the Supreme Court ruling for partial SNAP benefits, Lujan Grisham is still holding the special session she called for to start at noon on Monday. And an American Airlines flight from Dallas that was scheduled to arrive around 10 p.m. Thursday in Roswell had to turn around and return to Dallas because there was a malfunction in the anemometer, a piece of FAA equipment that measures airspeed and direction. The Roswell Air Center said the equipment was not working and pilots didn't have the wind information they needed to make a safe landing. Airport officials say nighttime flights arriving or departing from Roswell depend on the automated equipment because the FAA only staffs the tower between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. But airport officials say in the future, the National Weather Service will be able to deal with malfunctions and reset the equipment remotely. The flight from Dallas was able to fly to Roswell on Friday. With their best starting record since 2006, the now 9-1 Texas Tech Red Raiders defeated the previously undefeated BYU Cougars 29-7 in Lubbock on Saturday. Head coach Joey McGuire credited the defense for getting the job done and putting the team in the top 10 in rankings for the college playoffs.
Our defense has played at a really high level all year long. You know, one thing that I talked to them is, dominate up front. We wanted to stop the run. I mean, that's the number one running back in the Big 12 yardage-wise. LJ. I love LJ. And that's the number one running back. And then that quarterback has been electric with his feet, and they have a really good offensive line. So we stop the run, and when you do that, you got a chance to rush the passer.
And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
It's time to make sure no one in the area goes hungry this Thanksgiving with the 4th annual MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight. We're teaming up with United Way offices in Lee and Eddy counties and grocery stores in Hobbs, Lovington, Carlsbad, and Artesia to fight hunger in our own communities. Food prices are still high this year, so more people are struggling than usual during the already tough Thanksgiving season. But with your help, we can make sure no one has to go without. As part of this 2-day event, we'll be at Bob's Thriftway in Lovington and Fenn's Country Market in Artesia Friday, November 14th from 2 to 5 p.m. Then Saturday, November 15th, we'll be at Albertsons Market in Hobbs and La Tienda in Carlsbad from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The 4th annual MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight is being brought to you this year by sponsors Blaine Industrial Supply in Hobbs, Old Jackson Lovington, Forest Tire in Lovington, Hobbs, Artesia, and Carlsbad, Bronze sponsor DMC Oilfield Services in Hobbs, Silver sponsor New Mexico Junior College in Hobbs, and Platinum sponsors in Hobbs, SDR Enterprises, Rig Outfitters and Home Store, Garner's Motorsports, and the Working Guys Store. If your business would like to become a sponsor, please contact your favorite DJ, or you can reach out to me, Lori, at 575-390-3569. That's 390-3569.
Be as generous as you can and join us when we're in your city to fight hunger this Thanksgiving with the MTD Radio Food Fight.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Alamogordo, your flight through history awaits. The new Skywired exhibit opens July 26th at the New Mexico Museum of Space History.
Explore iconic planes like Big Duff, original artifacts from wireless pioneers, and the amazing story of Colonel George Holloman. See replica remote-controlled warbirds and early drones, including a model of the Reaper.
Meet passionate RC flyers from the Alamogordo RCers, the Academy of Model Aeronautics, and clubs across the region. Skywired, where history and innovation take flight at the Museum of Space History in Alamogordo.
Begin your holiday season with Encore Entertainment's presentation of Southwest Symphony and the Hobbs High School a cappella choir in concert. From the Boston Pops and choral pieces to your favorite sing-alongs, this concert will have it all. Perfect fun for the entire family. And you can help make the season bright for students experiencing food insecurity. Y Hobbs will be on hand collecting donations of boxed Pop-Tarts, applesauce, Nutri-Grain bars, and pudding cups for their backpack program. Sunday, November 16th at 3 p.m. at Tidings Auditorium in Hobbs. Tickets are $25 at the door and are available in advance at Q Systems Music and Sound, Music World, and online at swsymphony.org. Free tickets to students 18 and under and college students with current ID. This concert is sponsored by Urenco USA. For more information, please contact Encore Entertainment at 575-738-1041. Encore Entertainment and Y Hobbs are nonprofit 501c3 entities.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Permian Ford in Hobbs, New Mexico, home of the lifetime Permian powertrain promise.
Pretty stoked about it.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Use only as directed.
Oh, no offense.
This guy's a real asshole.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
This is not headline news. A climate summit is taking place in Brazil. This is where world leaders fly in on private jets, then make us feel uncomfortable for not recycling. The Funko Company is in serious financial trouble. Fans of the collectibles will have to wait and see if Funko pops. The man who discovered the structure of DNA died. His legacy will continue to shine whenever you put a black light up to a comforter at a Motel 6. And a Hungarian man set a record by spending 144 hours playing the video game Dance Dance Revolution. The record? Most annoyed downstairs neighbors. This is not headline news.
722 running late this morning. Being brought to you by Pops Power Washing. 11 years. Eric is never late. Man. It's good to be Eric. He's never late. We're always late. 575-704-0330. If you need Pops Power Washing, they can go out and clean your oil field equipment, clean up your spills, even take care of your company fleet. If you are tired of dealing with your power washing company, not showing up on time, not getting the job done, Eric has never been late. Keep that in mind. He has never been late 11 years. He says he's going to be there. He shows up, gets it done. He's never late. 575-704-0330. Call Pops Power Washing today. Wendy's plans to close 350 restaurants across the country.
What?
They've got a sales slump going on.
Okay.
Well, yes, those are, but you also have to remember those are franchises.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean Wendy's is closing forever.
No, just 350 stores across the United States.
And we're opening a new one here.
Yeah, going away, and,
And I would be willing to bet that a lot of those are in crime-ridden areas. What do you want to bet?
Square burger on a round bun. I knew it was something was gonna go bad.
Yeah, you got to be like White Castles and have square on square.
I mean, they were talking about the business was a little frosty, but at least their damn ice cream machine works all the time.
But today you might be chilly.
Well, what do you think they do with the leftover hamburgers? They make them in the chili.
Amen.
I actually like Wendy's.
I like Wendy's. I mean, if I have a choice, I'm not a big hamburger eater, but at least it's real beef.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sonic's
but
good too.
I would kill for a White Castle.
Yeah, White
I've never
Castle.
had.
Well, it's really good if you're drunk.
Well,
Oh.
back in the day, we had a White Castle in Houma, Louisiana, and you could actually, it was White Castle and Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh,
wow!
So you could go in there on a drunk Friday night and stumble in there and get like 6 White Castles.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And it's 6.
That's bites.
Six glazed donuts.
They're on
Oh
they're on a biscuit or a roll.
Yeah.
Probably. So
Yeah, they're
So it's
they're
a-
small.
it's
they're called sliders. They
Yeah.
call them sliders.
They're,
Right.
But
they're small
and
and
they're real
some
thin, and they put the onions on the grill, and then they put those patties on top of the onions so it grills into it.
some places like Applebee's have tried to rebirth that they.
It's just not as bad.
Yeah, it's just not. New research shows narcissistics can indeed change with long-term therapy.
Probably.
Me personally, I will never go to therapy. I'm way above that, and I don't need it anyway. Damn it!
I mean, why don't you?
I thought that was damn funny. What's the matter with you people?
I'm smiling. We got listeners laughing.
Dick Cheney's funeral is going to be held Thursday, November 20th, Washington National Cathedral. He will be laid to rest.
They're not aiming very high, are they?
No. And Michael Jackson's biopic, we looked at that last week, is available on YouTube. It's called Michael. It stars his nephew, Jermaine's son, Jafar Jackson. Looks just like Michael Jackson. Can we all get a And after being printed for over 2 centuries, the Farmer's Almanac is going away next year.
But not the old farmers.
Yeah, going away. DHS debunking misleading viral videos that claim ICE raided a daycare center in Chicago. By the way, not true. Not true. They debunked the whole thing. Man, if you believe TikTok, boy, they were out there doing what they got to do, and they were raiding that daycare center. Officials confirmed that the Colombian national, Diana Patricia Santiago Galindo, was released at the border by the Biden administration in 2023. She was taken into custody at the Spanish Emerged Early Learning Center in Chicago, but they didn't raid the daycare center.
No, they chased people into it.
Yeah. By the way, Biden's catch and release, a lot of this can be blamed on that. Billy Bob Thornton says that you think he's a liberal or a moderate.
Oh, he's a liberal.
You think he's a liberal? He said different. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast and said that he is actually a radical moderate. He said he's pretty much in the middle, but he's radical about it. I call myself a radical moderate. I'm like very strong in my opinions, but my opinions don't belong to any political party. I just look at what makes sense, and I think we need common sense in this country. That's what he told Rogan. So he's not a Republican. He's not a Democrat. He is a radical moderate.
Well,
I was talking.
I don't disagree with the common
I was
sense.
talking to
I don't disagree with the common sense.
my buddy Larry Marker at the football game on Saturday, and I said that's what we need. We look for anybody that believes that we were talking about the governor's race. Anybody that believes that we're going to get a far right Republican elected to governor in this state, you've lost your damn mind. And somebody might be saying, well, maybe you're like a turncoat. No, I'm not a turncoat. I'm just saying we're not. It's impossible to elect look, Susana Martinez was the last Republican. She was a moderate. She wasn't a far right. She got things done, though.
Right.
Yep.
I think one thing she did bad, she took corporal punishment out of our schools. That's not good. Our schools need, and could that be a reflect on the juvenile issues that we're having today?
Yes.
Because kids are not getting their butts whooped at home, and they're now not getting their butts whooped at school. Could that be a reflect?
Oh, yeah.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Wow. Looks like Hakeem Jeffries is not telling the truth. They opened the government, but listen to him yesterday. He was on the Sunday show. Are you surprised that he's not telling the truth? Here's what Hakeem had to say. And the House will vote in a couple days on reopening the government. I think the Republicans have enough. They already passed the continuing resolution once. I think they have enough, but here's what Hakeem had to
Food
say.
banks, and there's a lot of uncertainty about food assistance programs, which currently hang in the balance right now, in limbo. Leader Jeffries, is it responsible for Democrats to continue to push for a better deal and to not reopen the government, given that people are suffering right now?
Answer.
Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Donald Trump, from the very beginning of his term, has taken a my way or the highway of
Same old. An answer. But good news has come from this shutdown. Good news has come. Yeah, the GDP is actually down.
We have to get this government open. I mean, the fact is Goldman Sachs, they have a top economic team, and they're estimating that we've already knocked about 1.5% off of GDP. I think that number is probably low if we keep going even a couple more weeks, because there's going to be a massive amount of air disruption, especially around the holidays. And, you know, one of these things, every now and then when we're talking economics, you and I, we talk about seasonal adjustments and things like that. But the fact is that Thanksgiving time is one of the hottest times of the year for the economy. It's, you know, Black Friday and all that kind of stuff. Right. And if people aren't traveling at that moment, then we really could be looking at a negative quarter for the fourth.
So I think it's good that the Republicans and the Democrats are talking and reopening things. And George Stephanopoulos is full of it. He is. He was the press secretary for Bill Clinton back in the day. Got the job at ABC. And Scott Bassett went on there, and he was like, wait a second. I have the videos. I have all your quotes. You can't be talking out of both sides of your mouth. Here's what happened yesterday on ABC. What's that called? Their Sunday morning show, whatever it's called. He was like, Scott Bassett's like, I got the videos. I got your quotes. I don't need you to do anything because I've got everything.
His position is no, George. The best way to do it. And look, you were involved in a lot of these in the '90s, and you basically called the Republicans terrorists, and you said that it is not the responsible party that keeps the government closed. And so what we need is 5 brave, moderate Democratic senators to cross the aisle, because right now it is 52 to 3. 52 to 3. 5 Democrats can cross the aisle and reopen the government. That's the best way to do it, George. I can disagree with you about the history there, but we don't need a history lesson right now. George, let's talk about what's happening right now. If you want, I've got all your quotes here. I got all your quotes.
I'll read them all for you.
Because he's a partisan hack and doesn't want people to know that.
No.
He thinks they forgot.
Back in the 90s, you said one thing, and now you're saying something
because he's a
totally different. Now, Adam Schiff was asked about the plan to give people money directly and not pay the insurance companies.
But that's who pays him.
Well, here's what he said to say, people don't know what's good for him.
Well, because he's a communist.
They don't know what's good for him. Here's what Adam Schiff had to say about the president's idea to pay the people and not the insurance companies.
The president did make this other proposal overnight, giving the money that goes to the subsidies directly to the American people. Can that work? Will Democrats support it?
We have no idea what the president means by that, except it sounds like what he means is the same old tired proposal of repealing the Affordable Care Act, giving people a benefit in the form of a health savings account, but allowing insurance companies once again to cancel policies and refuse to write policies for people who have pre-existing health conditions. So the same insurance companies he's railing against in those tweets, he is saying, I'm going to give you more power to cancel people's policies.
This is such a crock, because do you know, even on Medicare, that if you have pre-existing conditions, they want to knock that and not pay that?
Right.
So it's going to protect pre-existing cases when it comes to Affordable Care Act, but their own government insurance, Medicare, it is not going to pay. Did I tell you Friday about my mom coming home?
Mm-hmm.
The insurance company did not want to pay. Medicare did not want to pay for her to go home. They wanted her to stay in the hospital to get infusions.
Right.
And my sister said, what about home health coming and giving the infusions? And they said they won't pay for that. And they said it'll be $660 if you take her home for the infusions. We'll send you home with the infusions. We'll show you how to do it yourself. And the infusion, they left the port in so they can just inject it in her. But isn't that, if you stay in the hospital, how much a day in the hospital in America cost? Thousands.
As I say, 300 to 700, depending on where you're
Thousands of dollars, I bet. Once you put in all her medication, and all that, I bet it's up over $1,000 a day. So if you get the infusions there, they'll pay for it. They're not going to pay home health to come. So they ended up just paying the $600 just to get it done. That's government finance. That's government insurance at its best.
Yeah.
That's got anything to do with the government. All right, take it out trash. Coming up, we're going to talk about people on SNAP. Their pets are suffering. I'll dive into that coming up next. Look, the dogs are suffering.
No.
I'm going to dive into that coming up next. And President proposing to change the mortgage system. I'll dive into that up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV, Times30.com. Yeah, that's where you can find them on the web, or just pick up the phone and call them, 988-0392. Quiet place, affordable. In Carlsbad, they have 3 RV parks, 162 RV sites, 30 and 50 amps available. That price includes all your utilities. That includes your high-speed internet that's wired right to your hookup. Pet friendly, very well lit up. You can find them at WWRV-Times30.com, 988-0392. Monica, it's 736.
Both the Newsmax and Fox are reporting that the shutdown is not over. The Senate did a test vote that made 60, and the final vote is coming.
Well, it's got to approve the House.
Bean Sandwich said, I saw the video that she ran into the daycare center. It's vestibule. Did you mean to say that?
No, vestibule. That's where they ran into.
Oh, daycare center.
It wasn't a teacher. They ran into the
Right.
vestibule.
Right. Not into where the kids
No,
were.
they weren't even. That's where they got them.
Do y'all know what great ship sunk 50 years ago today on Lake
Yes.
Superior?
Yes, and we will talk about that on this day in history.
John from Eunice said, guys, allowing these rioters and protesters to get away with what they're getting away with is just emboldening them. We
Yep.
can't be afraid that we might incite more of the same by doing what needs to be done.
It's the same thing in the juvenile justice system by allowing these kids to get out and go run havoc everywhere and no accountability, no consequences.
My best Marine is Lonnie Seabrandt. Congratulations, Lonnie. Jeff Rose said, my favorite Marine is Gunnery Sergeant Thomas Highway.
You know, earlier we said Mr. Rogers, and I had to look
Captain
it up.
Kangaroo.
It was Captain Kangaroo, not
Correct.
Mr. Rogers.
Richard in the Patch said, good morning, crew. What a wonderful day to celebrate Marines. I have
Amen.
2 favorite ones, Adam Fulton in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Mr. Victor Hawkins in Hobbs,
Now,
America.
Mr. Rogers wanted to go in the Marines, but they said no to the sweater.
He was a Presbyterian minister.
Yeah.
Smokey in Arizona said, I guess my favorite Marine would be my cousin that joined and all the other Marines, past and present in the future. They say some bad boys, they go into places where you wouldn't think they would make things happen. They come out on top. That's how they got their name, the Devil Dogs. We've got one more. New York City voted that socialist in because they didn't want a Republican in office, said Skinny Randy.
Well, they could have voted for the Democrat, or he was running as an independent.
Well, they didn't want him either.
Yeah,
that was the problem.
Yeah, they didn't want anybody. Is what happened. All right, Chuck Schumer ran out of the meeting yesterday. Yeah, he did his speech, and then you had Bernie Moreno, who was from Ohio, senator from Ohio, started asking questions, and Chuck's like, "I've got to go." This cut's a little long, but listen to what Bernie had to say.
So just to be clear, what you heard from the minority leader was the following. I just want to recap it for those of you who might have missed. Number one, he acknowledged that the Democrats have actually not put forward a written proposal that people could look at. Number two, he acknowledged that his plan would be to allow millionaires, let me just say that clearly, people making millions of dollars would receive Biden-era COVID Obamacare subsidies. You heard that right. No income cap. I was going to ask him before he stormed out of the room, because evidently he doesn't want to hear any opposing views or actually engage in meaningful negotiation. He would have heard me ask the next question, Madam President, which is, would he continue $0 premiums, which we know for a fact have enormous levels of fraud? If he had stayed, I would have asked him a third question. Does he want these monies to go directly to insurance companies? Let me repeat that, Madam President, because I don't think the American people have been told the truth here. This money does not go to people on Obamacare. This is a check written from the federal government to the wealthiest insurance companies on the planet.
Bernie Moreno, love that guy from the great state of Ohio. All right, we're going to talk about President Trump wanting to change the way we do mortgages. I'll dive into that. Taking out trash this morning at 7:40. Being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-840-4549, or call Kayleen at 575-408-1719. Local owned and operated and veteran owned and operated. I think my buddy is also Marine. Correct me if I'm not, Jared. So taking out trash, offering, of course, to haul away all your trash. They have the residential trash pickup available, 96-gallon polycart for residential, commercial waste, 2- and 4-yard metal dumpsters, and they have the big roll-off containers. Call Kayleen this morning, 575-408-1719, trash-eaters.com. Thank you, Representative Jim Townsend, for posting this story up. I would have never seen it, but I'm glad that I did. You know, I am a dog lover. Not a day goes by that I don't miss my dogs because they're not with me right now. So I love dogs. Mm-hmm. But the story says families on Snap worried about providing for their pets. So
look at the size of the people.
Are you actually telling me that you're feeding your dogs human food because you can't buy dog food with your Snappy card? You can't. So are you actually buying food like beef and mixing it, making you look? I do that for my dogs. Mm-hmm. We make my dogs, and sometimes we get them ground pork or ground chicken and mix it with rice and vegetables. Yeah, we do that. Mm-hmm. But I ain't on the government teal. I almost said something else.
I know.
I'm not on the government take. And Oliver Anthony sang it the right way when he did the song about people sucking welfare. Yeah. We got 300-pound individuals that are on food stamps sucking down fudge rounds. I'm for a complete revamp of food stamps. And by the way, if you're actually feeding your pets from your food stamps, that is an abuse of the system. And I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm not body shaming anybody. There was a lady that was on social media over the weekend. Did I put that cut in, Blake?
I don't think so.
I'll come back and do it. I'll play it in just a second. Anyway, this woman said that she was starving. And let me just say, she's not starving. I can show you starving. I could show you like people in Ethiopia that are starving because their stomach is already popped out. This woman's stomach's already popped out, but it ain't because she's starving.
Not just her stomach. All three chins.
This woman could do. She could go without food for like a week and a half, and she would not. How long could your body survive without food?
Well, if you're in normal shape, yes, 3 weeks. But you can survive longer than that as long as you have adequate water intake.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you're way overweight like that, because your body has ample stores to supply you with what you need.
All right, I'm gonna put her on. I'm gonna add that, and I'll show her where she said, "I'm starving." I will do that coming up in a second. And another cut I forgot to put in is Donald Trump celebrating the return of everything opening back. I will post that up, and we'll do that when we come back. You know, it has to do with something about young man and Gavin Newsom. Of course, we'll play Gavin Newsom is in Texas, of all places, over the weekend.
Wow.
Introduced by Jasmine Crockett. We'll get to all those stories in just a second. All right, we got to do things that happened on this date in history. 744, the President of the United States. Blake, you tell me what you think about this. Proposing a game-changing 50-year mortgage to tackle the price of homes.
Bad idea.
Financing a home for 50 years. Look, we finance a car for 10 years.
That's even worse. And the reason it's a bad idea is because you're saying we're not going to tackle what the real problem is, which is things like BlackRock buying up lots of houses to drive up the cost of housing.
Yeah, but in a supply and demand market, how do we prevent that?
I don't know.
I mean, it's a free market.
But they have said you will own nothing and you will be happy to rent from us. And that's what happens when you do this.
So maybe this will defeat that. Right. Maybe this will defeat that because people will be able to afford a house.
It just locks you into debt for the rest of your life.
So if you're 25 years old,
yeah, you'll never own it outright. With a 50-year mortgage, you wouldn't have it paid off until you're 75. It's just a way to make, and I hate to say it, the old SLAVE out of the working man. So if you're working for your home, they want you to answer to them.
Yeah, 30-year loan is kind of.
That's already pushing it.
Yeah.
We do 10.
40 years. And if you look at the difference in pricing,
you're way cheaper getting a shorter term.
I mean, I was looking over the weekend at the house I want to buy, and I told I bet I can get financing. And I looked at it. The difference between a 20-year loan and a 10-year loan is really not that much.
Not that much in payment, but your amount that you save is tremendous.
Now, what they do is if you do a 10-year loan, interest rate goes up.
But not.
It's still not. It's not enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your payments, though, look at all the numbers.
Yep. Cleveland Guardians players accused of rigging pitch counts in a scandal, another Major League Baseball scandal, another sports betting scandal. So both Cleveland, they're called the Guardians now? They're not the Indians?
Well, you can't be politically correct.
Both the Cleveland Indians athletes are accused of rigging their own pitches in Major League Baseball games so that their inner circle, sometimes themselves and others, could bet on rigged games, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office out of the Eastern Division of New York. The defendants allegedly got greedy, not only established an unfair advantage with selected bettors, but also, messed up the reputation of America's pastime. So both these individuals are going to be going to court. Emmanuel Clace de la Cruz and Luis Leonardo Ortiz Rivera, both Cleveland Indians, fixing baseball games. You're paid millions. Do you really need more than that? Man. Cleaning lady went to the wrong house. This is sad. Went to the wrong house and was shot. And Whitestown, Indiana, cleaning lady shot dead Wednesday morning, shortly before 7 a.m. Associated Press reported police found 32-year-old Maria Rijos Perez on the front porch of the home that she and her husband had gone to by mistake. Her husband said he did not know if Perez had been shot until she fell into his arms. By the way, her brother was trying to open the door when the shot killed her. Police indicated they responded to the scene, possible residential entry in progress. The person that shot her actually was on the phone with 911 at the same time. Oh, my gosh. It's just she went to the wrong house. Yeah. Just totally sad. And sad news this morning, Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Deputy Devin Jaramillo was shot, fatally wounded upon responding to a minor traffic incident. 27-year-old deputy taken to the hospital where he died, and just going to a traffic incident and was shot dead. By the way, second individual was detained for questioning, but the man that shot him has been arrested. And the president of Mexico, President Sheinbaum, is pressing charges on the man that groped her. Oh. So charges have been pressed, and Sheinbaum is 62 years of age, and she says, I don't want anybody touching me without, putting hands on my body. And this guy definitely groped her. Yeah. President later said that she believes the man was totally drunk.
That doesn't matter.
No. And Teacher of the Year in South Carolina charged after allegedly trying to hit her baby's father with her car. So this is the case of the baby mama trying to run over the baby daddy. So the woman who won Teacher of the Year award in South Carolina is facing charges of attempting to run over the baby daddy at Walmart. I can't write this damn script. Sade Nelson, 2025 Teacher of the Year at St. John's High School in Charleston, South Carolina, is accused of assaulting the father of her child and his new girlfriend during a custody exchange on October 18th. Nelson, 37 years old, allegedly punched a man and his girlfriend before attempting to hit him with the car. Surveillance video from the Walmart shows the whole thing. By the way, she has been charged with third-degree assault and battery, domestic violence, and highly aggravated nature, and placing a child at risk. Something tells me she's not going to be Teacher of the Year next year. It's probably not going to go down that way. She's going to probably miss that ceremony. She'll probably somewhere. And did you guys? I have no idea what Roblox is. What is Roblox?
It's a game that
it's a game platform, right?
Young kids play.
So did you hear about the Florida man that was arrested for allegedly soliciting a child on Roblox?
I did.
That's like the third or fourth child predator that they've caught on that.
I heard the CEO speaking, and so this man was arrested in Flagler County on November 7th. Brandon Rodriguez Silva, 20 years old, of San Jose, California, charged with transmitting material that is harmful to minors by electronic device and soliciting a child for unlawful sexual conduct using a computer art device. Authorities say that Rodriguez Silva allegedly engaged in the Florida child on Roblox, encouraging them to move to a messaging app called Discord before eventually swapping cell phone numbers. That's where it all began. By the way, the suspect told the victim he was 18 years old and lived in California. By the way, he was 20 years old and did live in California. So this is the second arrest in 2 years.
Discord is another text message,
Yes.
like group text messaging.
Well, they use that a lot.
A lot of gamers.
Gamers use that.
Yeah, we actually looked at that to do the show on, and it just was a little cumbersome.
Right, because
But-
it's great for gaming, like Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff, where you're communicating with other people in your team.
Mhm.
But other than that, it doesn't work for this.
Sure.
Is that the way you do it? Because when I do it, I'm not really communicating. I'm just saying, shoot him!
Wait, so y'all game?
I do.
What do you play?
Yeah, I don't play a whole bunch of Call of Duty anymore because of my...
There's a lot of people, World of Warcraft or
yeah,
on there.
I've got...
Do you play?
I play football. But I got...
Really?
I've got vertigo so bad that Call of Duty, my favorite games, will wipe me out. I mean, I'm just like...
Just that parachuting in gets him right
Yeah.
away.
That's
Crazy.
Not
I
good.
wouldn't have taken you guys as gamers.
Yeah.
You learned something new.
I got the PS5.
Hey.
Only paid $250 for it.
Oh, you ended up getting... Okay, I thought you were looking for it for, like, your
So,
sons.
oh, that's me. That's all me. Man in custody after admitted to shooting and killing two men in Southwest Albuquerque. Alex Hernandez, charged with 2 open counts of murder on Sunday. So at least they got him. And 2 people found in Southwest Albuquerque. I think this is related to the same shooting that they found 2 people dead in Southwest Albuquerque. What would be your favorite dish? We'll do this question later in the week. What would be your favorite dish for Thanksgiving?
Oh, goodness.
So in New Mexico, they were looking for the favorite dish. And I was surprised. What would yours be? I
have several.
I got 2. Mine would be
pumpkin pie, pecan pie,
candy yams, and ham. You mix the candy yams and the ham together. Like when I do candy yams, they're like candy.
Candy.
I'm talking
Sweet
about
potatoes.
like candy. I cook them for about 4 hours, low heat, lots of butter, real butter, and sugar.
Brown
It's kind of like
sugar.
that Mexican candy, that yam candy.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Like that they form in the cone.
But if you mix that with the ham together, it is to die for it. But New Mexico said no to that. Stuffing was
green chili.
And number 2 was mashed potatoes.
I was going to say stuffing.
Look, I make a 50 clove garlic mashed potatoes.
What?
Good.
You put 50 cloves of garlic in there? So they're garlic mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
My next,
They're
right
always
after
a hit.
right after dressing would have to be corn salad.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't know.
Put
I
a
make
green
a
chili in that corn
mean. I
salad.
make a mean bell pepper dressing also. That has like the breadcrumbs on top.
Yeah.
To die for. Crazy.
Everybody's hungry now.
I know.
Everybody's like, I got to eat. Las Cruces woman is behind bars facing
Good.
over 100 charges related to identity theft. Karen Michelle Montoya, 37, booked in Thursday. Danyana Detention Center. She faces 82 counts of receiving stolen property, 21 counts of stolen identity, and 8 counts of forgery. For those that believe that identity theft, it doesn't affect anybody. If somebody steals your identity and uses your, it doesn't affect you. I'm here to tell you that's a bunch of BS.
Right.
And this woman, hopefully they lock her up. I'm thinking they'll probably give her probation. How many people's lives did she ruin? Their credit score is now in the toilet because of her.
A minimum of 100.
Yeah, so I'm thinking. And New Mexico doctors and attorneys are clashing over medical malpractice reforms. And we should have never increased the limits that you'll be able to sue the doctor. But on Friday, the debate between doctors and attorneys in front of lawmakers went on about medical malpractice. It's kind of hard to walk that back when you just passed it. It's kind of hard to put the toothpaste back in the tube now, especially with, lawyers having the biggest lobbyists in this state. Not good. Back to Chaves County, deputies dispatched to a Sunday morning domestic situation that happened inside a car driving on the highway. The call came in about an incident with a black truck with Florida plates. It was traveling on Highway 70 between Portales and Roswell. Deputies were able to catch up with the suspect after he turned off on a dirt road. One male and a female were detained. Investigators still looking into that whole deal. And President Trump said something. People are freaking out about this. They can now deny fat people their visas. I'm here to tell you they could deny fat people their visas for a long time. Mm-hmm. See, when you go to get your permanent resident card or your citizenship, most of the time you have to go to a doctor.
Right.
Sometimes they don't make you go to the doctor and you don't have to do your biometrics again, your fingerprints and all that type stuff. But they could deny you based on you're not healthy.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're obese, you're not healthy. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying It's been on the books for a long, long time. So I read this story and I had the chuckle. Thursday directive from the State Department sent to embassies and consulates around the world, indicating that people apply for visas to come to the United States would be rejected for certain medical conditions. One of those conditions is neurological disease, metabolic disease, diabetes, cancer, medical health conditions, cardiovascular disease, respiratory disease, and more. Do we really want to give green cards to people that we're going to be indebted to for the rest of our life when it comes to huge hospital bills? Come on, we need some common sense here.
Right.
Serious. By the way, that has been on the books for a long, long time.
Right.
Democrats are calling it cruel and unusual. Why?
Because
Why?
everything is to them.
Do we really want to allow people, do we really want to give visas to people that we're going to have to pay for the rest of their lives? And I know there are people out there today struggling to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yep.
I feel your pain. But it starts with one step. I weighed 230 pounds at one time. It starts with one step. It's not easy. Not easy.
One day at a time.
Right.
I always tell a wife, don't buy it, because if you buy it, you're going to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
If you see it and you buy it, you're going to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think they put those damn candy bars at the cash register?
Yeah, they know.
Because
To
you
get
see it, you want it, and you got to have it. And President Trump gives some pardons yesterday. Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, and Sidney Powell all got pardons yesterday. And a recall of baby formula reported that the baby formula, botulism, some of the baby formula that can be found in dozens of, and I don't see New Mexico on that list. Arizona, California, Illinois, Minnesota, New Jersey, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, and Washington. 13 infants hospitalized in those after drinking a formula that is the whole nutrition infant formula. If you have that in your house, it's made by By Hearts, Inc. Please check it out, and you can find this story. It's on Fox. It's on Breitbart. Just look, baby formula recall. If you got a little one, please check that formula out before you give it to your baby. All right, quickly, Monica and the text, our number 877-396-W105. Still to come, things that happen on this date in history and birthdays.
Junior DePorto said, I've been north, south, east, and west in the United States of America, and have never seen someone starving. You are correct. Gavin Newsom needs to carry Jasmine Crockett back with him and stay in California. Jimmy said, we will never truly own our home thanks to government taxes. And David C. says, B, yep, missed the main point of the story. It is the 100 of thousands of dollars paid to SNAP and the abuse of it. And that's in New Mexico. And I don't think he missed the point. But do you really own anything anymore? You pay off your house, but got to pay taxes every year. You got to pay car insurance. It's all a scam. You never really own anything, said a texter.
And you will like it.
And Steve B. said, I've always wondered why the Senate and the Congress don't publish the entire resolution to the public when these shutdowns occur. And if it's in writing where the public can go read it, where then the pointing fingers would end, right? Holier than thou hypocrite said, Blake's correct for once. He pinned the issue on the head. Companies are buying hundreds of houses and properties. They are boarding up downtowns all over the nation just to manufacture a demand, killing all of our communities. Sadly, out of fear of looking like a commie, the obvious solution of government placed limits on corporations is beyond his comprehension.
That's above your comprehension, Blake.
I doubt seriously that guy could say anything above my comprehension.
And my favorite thing, you got these people talking about
Good.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, good. That's good stuff.
This is something I've always wondered, and I think I asked you, what's the difference between yams and sweet potatoes?
Just the way you cook it.
No, they're two different vegetables. They are. They're classified differently.
Beast face.
A sweet tater is, yams are made from sweet taters. You go to the grocery store right now and try to find a yam.
Let me see. Yam.
I'm just saying, go to the grocery store, try to find a yam. I bought sweet potatoes last night. I can't find no damn yams.
A yam is a starchy tuber, distinct from a sweet potato, with rough bark-like skin and white or purplish flesh that is typically drier and less sweet than a sweet potato.
Where can you buy a yam?
Sweet potatoes versus
market?
yams.
I just went and looked for some.
Where?
So a yam
around
looks
here?
more like
No,
a,
they're not.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
around here.
They're just going to call them all the
Call
same.
this a
You're lucky
little
they say
yummy,
sweet
yum,
potato, not just potato.
Sweet potatoes. So sweet. I've always
different.
thought that they were the same thing,
Nope.
but looking them up, yams are often confused with sweet potatoes in the U.S. due to a marketing campaign, but they are not interchangeable in recipes, especially those that rely on the sweetness of sweet potatoes. I'm pissed.
Yam 'em up.
You're going to around here. You're most likely going to find sweet potatoes.
I'm
You're
pissed
not
right
gonna find
now.
yams.
I can't find this.
You can find them in a can, probably.
This video explains the difference between a yam and a sweet potato. Give me some of that sweet potato pie. I guess
You're
that's what-
around here. You're not going to find
Oh,
yams. You're going to have to go to like a specialty market or like a Whole Foods or something like that.
So have you ever cooked those damn purple sweet taters, Monica?
Yes,
You did?
I cooked them for.
They have a different texture.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a different texture, but they're good.
I want some right now.
They are good. I ate sweet taters last night. I eat sweet taters pretty much every day.
So good.
Monica?
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, I'm trying to input a picture.
Is the pet union protesting the government shutdown? Said
I
Dale.
don't know, but I was surprised the homeless have a union. I was totally blown away by that.
The unhoused, Kevin.
I was like, what?
Isn't homeless union in their name? Homeless union, not unhoused union?
The ones using SNAP to feed the pets are probably using the cash part for the dog pet food. And years ago, I was in line behind a man who explained that he was buying steak for his dog because he could not buy dog food. He did have several steaks, and he did pay with the food stamps. Chuck from Hobbs said, my favorite Marine drill sergeant, Cantola, he did 4 tours of Vietnam. 1971 boot camp. If you were going to ever break down in war, he would break you. Wow. And this person said turkey dressing with giblet gravy. I thought giblet gravy was something only my mom made, but apparently it's a thing.
That's a traditional thing.
My favorite thing for Thanksgiving would be collard greens with ham, and I'll be good. I don't really need anything else after that, said Smokey. Jeff Rose says mashed taters, dressing smothered with giblet gravy. I'm kind of sad that
Hey, congratulations. Got your hair cut. Looking good there, sport.
Jeff Rose?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know what he looks like.
No, I don't have it up.
Oh.
But he got his hair cut over the weekend. Congratulations.
We have sweet potatoes in the United States. Very rarely will you find a yam because they come from regions like Africa. Andy and Hobbs said, look at all the stuff Trump has got done being fought every step of the way. Imagine if he had the media backing him like the Dems. Oh. Monica, for real? What you talking about? What? For real what? And Bean Sandwich said, potatoes in a can. Y'all talking about Thanksgiving and fat people, and here I am sitting in my work truck eating a Pop-Tart, hanging my head in shame. Rocket said, Monica, oh, Black Betty Candy Yams. Oh, Black Betty Candy Yams. Oh, Black Betty Candy Yams. Yes, she can. Favorite Marine is my Oliver North. B, oob and purple sweet potatoes aren't the same.
Damn it, they're all the same.
Mayor of Greenfield, in our house, we make turkey and crab legs. What? Traditional Greenfield Thanksgiving dinner. I hear you singing in the background. You go, girl. Oh, okay. Patty LaBelle's sweet potato pie from Walmart. Is that one pretty good? I've always been tempted to buy it, but I never buy it. And let's see. Thanks for mentioning my text. You are very welcome. And let's see. My favorite Marine is my daughter. I love you, baby girl. Love Dad, but no name. My favorite Marine is my husband, Matt Robinson. Happy Marine Corps birthday. My favorite Marine is Leo Jethro Gibbs, says Bradley from the block.
NCIS.
Oh, okay. Peas and carrots in a velvet cream sauce. What?
Look, we talked about this last week off the air. If you learn how to make sauces and dressings, that go on things, everything else is a cakewalk because all of the goodness comes from those flavorings.
Okay. Buttermilk pies, the best thing for Thanksgiving. Make me one. And B, what happened with LSU Saturday? I was going for them too.
They totally, look, they were in that ball game. If you actually watch the game, it should have been a one-score game. They had the opportunity. They shot themselves in the foot. Look, I'm totally disappointed with the Tigers right now, but I am. You cut me, I'm bleeding purple and gold. And by the way, Texas Tech, I'm going to pull for you guys. No way in hell I'm pulling for Texas A&M. Those guys think, they've never won anything. They won one national championship in girls tennis.
Right.
And so they're so full of crap nowadays. Mm-hmm. And they've turned into total blankheads that I can't pull for you guys. Yeah. I can't. I'll pull for Alabama before I pull for you guys.
Wow,
because you guys have turned into total turds instead of being humble and say, look, we hired Mike Elko. Mike Elko was not a sexy hire. He wasn't it. But he's turned it around. I get it. I applaud you guys. But don't be a total D-bag. Serious.
Saying that you'll pull for Bama before them.
I would pull for Bama before I pull for Texas A&M.
That's a big statement.
I hate Alabama, but LSU was in the bowl game. But I hope Texas. I have never pulled for the University of Texas. Go Longhorns against Texas A&M. Kick their ass.
Red Raiders going to make the playoffs.
I had a gentleman. I posted up a picture of my grandson on social. It was his last football game. Mm-hmm. Anyway, how about them Tigers?
It was a good picture too.
Look, I get it. You guys are winning. It's your first time winning. You have never won anything, so you don't know how to be humble and win. Mm-hmm. I get it.
They're bad winners.
So.
Wait, is it giblet or giblet?
Either way.
Either way, whatever way you want to call
They're
it.
coming for me.
All right, we're late. We got. I was trying to load up the big chick saying she was starving. I'll do that on the way back. I was trying to put the picture up, but it wouldn't let me load the picture to show everybody. Have you guys seen the picture?
Mm-mm.
So here's the meme. Here's the lady. She's starving. Starving in America, starving in Africa. You know, kid, look at that. Poor kid. She ain't starving.
Nah.
By the way, we haven't had one person that legitimately starved.
You'll have to check back with her in about 10 or 11 months to find out.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we got to get to things that happened on this date in history, being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range. Find them today. Right there in Hobbs, America, 236 East Navajo, veteran-owned and operated by Dwayne Pennick and his family. Largest selection of firearms around, state-of-the-art indoor firing range, including the Milo FBI training simulator. Over 1,000 different scenarios. Monthly memberships available are hourly rate. They have guns, ammo. They've got optics, suppressors, and they can even train you on how to use a firearm. If you've never owned a gun and want that training, they can provide that for you. 2atacticalrange.com or visit them at 236 East Navajo and Hobbs. Proud sponsor this morning of things that happened on this date in history.
On this date in 1801, the state of Kentucky outlawed dueling. Well, maybe except for banjos. And in 1871, Stanley found Livingston in Africa. After years of searching, the man they were looking for was finally found. Politicians could pay attention to that. On this day in 1891, the very first Women's Christian Temperance Union meeting was held in Boston. It was the worst happy hour ever. The bartender immediately filed for unemployment. The children's show Sesame Street first aired on this date back in 1969. Monica, that was so long ago, Oscar was just mildly irked.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't a grouch yet.
And in 1975, on this day, 29 crew members lost their life on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Huge storm on Lake Superior took down one of the largest ore-carrying vessels.
Wow.
And then, of course, Gordon Lightfoot wrote a song about it. It's basically took it right out of the newspaper. The first two paragraphs is the first lines of that song.
Aww.
So there you go. Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Then in 2001, the first iPod went on sale. They sold more than 400 million iPods. And Apple said, that's awesome. Let's do away with them and put everything on iPhone. It's the birthday of the U.S. Marines today, in case we didn't say that. They started way back in 1775. Other birthdays today. Taron Egerton turns 36 today. Eggsy on the Kingsman movies. Elton John in Rocket Man, and Robin in the most recent Robin Hood remake. Miranda Lambert celebrates birthday number 42 today. Of course, she's from Lindale, Texas. She doesn't have her mama's broken heart.
But this ain't my mama's broken heart.
Dang.
I wish I could be just.
Another birthday today, which we don't have a song for, but she was Terry in the Barbershop movies, is Eve. She is 47. She also does some rapping stuff, some hip-hoppy. We don't have a song for that. Actor extraordinaire Walter Goggins is 54 today.
I couldn't edit. Too much cussing.
I know. Do you know who he is, Monica?
Mm-mm.
He's the badass ghoul gunslinger in Fallout. He was also Boyd Crowder in Justified. He was Detective Vendrell on The Shield, Rick Hatchett in White Lotus Season 3. So, great actor. Tracy Morgan is celebrating his 57th birthday today, through no small miracle, I might add. Mackenzie Phillips turns 66. Does that ring any bells?
Mackenzie Phillips, Wilson and Phillips?
Wilson
No.
Phillips. No.
No?
Julie on One Day at a Time.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I always confuse her as well, so that's why we threw that in. Sinbad is 69 today. Comedian turned actor. He was also Coach Walter Oakes on A Different World. Now, supposedly, if you believe in the Mandela effect, he was also in a movie about a genie, which was kind of funny.
Oh,
because
yeah.
His name was Sinbad. But they will tell you that never happened, even though there is proof it might have. Some folks no longer with us. Greg Lake left us in 2016. Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Ooh, what a lucky man he was.
And they are dying in order. You know, Keith Emerson also died in 2016. So only the Carl Palmer, the drummer, was a surviving member. Russell Johnson left us in 2014. Now, he was a professor on Gilligan's Island. Monica, do you know what his real name was on Gilligan's
I do not.
Roy Hinckley.
Okay.
That was what he was called. The only one still alive from that show, Ginger. Roy Scheider. Of course, Martin Brody on Jaws left us in 2008. And Brittany Murphy left us in 2009. You might know her from Clueless, Sin City,
Yes.
or 8 Mile.
Yes.
So those are folks no longer with us, and the birthdays today. And if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you, or your anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Hope you have an awesome day today. We're late. It's 8:19. Our national anthem and our pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She is your Farmers Insurance agent, has been for 40-plus years. If you need help bundling all your insurance together, she can help you with that. Not an issue. Yeah, find her today in Hobbs or give her a call at 575-393-2661. Hey, if you're outside of Hobbs, feel free to give her a call. She can help you with all of your insurance. Rebecca Long, your Farmers Insurance agent, 575-393-2661. Call her today. Proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
822 large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in complete control.
Today's verse of the day is from 2 Corinthians 2:14. But thank God he has made us his captives and continues to lead us along in Christ's triumphal procession. Now he uses us to spread the knowledge of Christ everywhere, like a sweet perfume.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, we're going to keep you updated with everything going on. 823 news this morning being brought to you by Luke Ragsdale. Ragsdale Law Firm reminding you If you have ever been involved in an accident, you don't plan to be in an accident. It happens when you least expect it. And when it does, you need somebody to fight for you. That's the Ragsdale Law Firm, specializing in car accidents, personal injury, medical malpractice, and oil-fill accidents. They're based in Roswell, serving the entire state with free consultation available, and you never pay until they win your case. Call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. We're coming right back. It's 8:24.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Pathway to an agreement.
The end of the government shutdown is finally in sight.
Wyoming Republican Senator, that's John Barrasso, earlier on Fox and Friends, after 8 Democrats break with fellow party members in the Senate.
The move would reopen the government under a deal which includes spending enough money to keep the government running until the end of January. It would fund SNAP benefits, federal workers would get their back pay, and the Senate would have a vote next month on whether or not to refund Obamacare subsidies.
Fox's Mark Meredith of the White House, independent senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders, called it a very, very, very bad vote. The Senate will discuss it more today. It could go to the House by Wednesday. Secretary of War, that's Pete Hegseth, reports 6 people are killed in strikes Sunday on 2 alleged drug-carrying vessels in the Eastern Pacific. America's listening to Fox News.
In need of a tow? Those don't have to be dirty words. At Lee County Roadside, they have been offering friendly and knowledgeable service for 20 years. From light to heavy duty, there's nothing they can't tow. And with 24-hour availability, there's no time they can't tow it. Don't make a bad day worse by choosing the wrong tow company. Lee County Roadside, the good guys to call in a bad situation. For 24-hour service, call 575-392-3223 or locate them at 7401 North Del Paso, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like Lee County Roadside on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
At Kinetic, we know how important fast, reliable internet is to business. How cybersecurity doesn't just impact your business, but your customers too. How a dependable fiber network turns reliability into opportunities to grow. Without it, no internet service could mean no business. Kinetic Business Ready Internet offers gig speeds, advanced tools, plus internet backup, all designed to keep your business up and running. Internet better with a partner committed to your business. Visit getkineticbusiness.com.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
This Veterans Day, November 11th, Mighty Wash is honoring those who've served with a little extra shine. All veterans and active military can stop by any Mighty Wash location for a free car wash with valid military ID. Plus, they're offering special membership pricing just for veterans. Their way of saying thank you for your service. Celebrate November 11th the Mighty Way, because you've earned it. Visit mymightywash.com for a list of locations.
Your favorite gun store in Hobbs for over 25 years is now carrying fierce firearms. The Gun Shack is now open at 3421 North Grimes, across the street from Permian Toyota. The Gun Shack is the area's largest fierce firearms retailer, with the new .22 Creedmoor and the 7mm Bat Country now in stock. The Gun Shack, now open in their new location, 3421 North Grimes, Suite 300 in Hobbs.
New Mexico Lottery Holiday Scratchers have arrived with fun New Mexico icons, multipliers, and cash prizes. Plus, enter for a chance to win $1,000 in the Second Chance promotion. It's merry money fun for you and your holiday shopping list. Please play and gift responsibly. What are you waiting for? Powerball and Mega Millions jackpots are always in the millions. Many millions. Imagine the possibilities. With Powerball and Mega Millions, it's always a big jackpot. Oh, yeah. You must be at least 18 to play. Please play responsibly.
Update your living space with furniture from Rig Outfitters and Home Store. Bedrooms, living rooms, offices, and kitchens. Rig Outfitters can help you with every room in the house. Brands like Ashley, Nectar, Catnapper, Fairweather, Jackson Furniture, and more. Check out the new beanbag mattresses from Corduroy or their wide selection of recliners and sofas. 0 down and easy financing, and they pay the tax at Rig Outfitters and Home Store, 1401 North Turner inside the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos back at it again at Permian Ford Lincoln, your new home of the Big Blue Gorilla. You'll see why whenever you come by. Check it out. Anyway, glad to be back powering B in the Breakfast Club. Also excited to be back here at Permian Ford making all the deals for all of Southeast New Mexico and West Texas that are so outrageous you'll think twice about buying or selling your car anywhere else. Text me today, 575-441-7855. We have a radio discount code, Breakfast Club. That's 575-441-7855. Radio discount code, Breakfast Club. PermianFord.com.
MTD Radio News.
Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
Wake up, New Mexico, the sun's on the rise. Be in the Breakfast Club where your morning flies. Kevin's got the mic, Blake's got the news, Monica's reading what's coming from you. It's be in the Breakfast Club, start your day right. Talking, laughing, shining that morning light. From the desert to the hills, wherever you roam, this is your morning, this is your home.
Blake's got the headlines sharp as a tack. Monica's got your text firing right back. Kevin's steering the ship, keeping it tight. Your mornings are better when we're in your life.
Be in the Breakfast Club, start your day right. Talking, laughing, shining that morning light. From the desert to the hills, wherever you roam, this is your morning, this is your home. Breakfast Club, we're here to stay. Your New Mexico mornings, every day. Oh, oh, oh,
oh. And a good morning to you. God bless America. God bless New Mexico. We'll take all the prayers that we can get. The governor is not in the state. She is still on her vacay. But we got a special session today, and they're trying to pass all kind of things. They're trying to sneak it by, even with the governor out the door. They want to give her more power. She needs more power.
No.
She just needs more power. She just doesn't have enough power.
They already gave her a lot of power she didn't have during COVID.
She needs more power. She needs a lot more power.
She wants to be a king.
Wait, can we have the no king or queen's day just for that? Somebody who wants a king, that's her. She wants more power. Senate voted to end the government shutdown, igniting a Democrat civil war. Chuck Schumer is facing the backlash from the ultra progressives in that party.
Let's call them what they are.
Socialist.
Communist.
Chuck Schumer's got to go because he can't keep everybody together. His party is splintered. Chuck Schumer should be at home right now watching Judge Judy.
Yep.
That's what Chuck ought to be doing. We need to do the same with Mitch McConnell. Mm-hmm. Look, Nancy's already said she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate all these people being gone. But the Democrats fractured, 8 Democrats walking away. And so, of course, it still has to go by the House. So this is the beginning of the beginning. It's going to take, 2 days to get 3 days. By the end of hopefully by Thanksgiving, we fix this, I would think. So 8 Democrats, including Tim Kaine. That was a surprise. Mm-hmm. Tim Kaine voted to advance the bill to end the historic government shutdown.
There's a couple surprises.
If you're just waking up.
Dick Durbin? That was a surprise.
Yeah, Dick Durbin was another one because he was catching hell.
Mm-hmm.
Supreme Court issues decision on the appeal overturned on the landmark 2015 case dealing with same-sex marriage. So on Friday, they did rule about your passport. You can only have 2 genders on the passport. Non-binary, sorry, non-binary is not going to cut it.
Right.
So if you were born a man, Doesn't matter if you transition to a woman. Think about how they put out bolos nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Be on the lookout.
Mm-hmm.
How did they do that?
A human.
6'1".
Nope, you're discriminating against short
Oh,
people.
height challenged. So Supreme Court ruled that there are only two sexes.
Amen.
And that
Because in the future, when archaeologists dig up your bones, that's the only two they have to choose from.
That's right.
So court denied the appeal with no explanation. There were no notes, noted dissents, but the Supreme Court rejected the appeals court from county clerk who sought to overturn the same-sex marriage decision. So Supreme Court rejected the appeal from the former Kentucky county clerk who sought to overturn the court's 2015 ruling of Obergefell and Hodges, which legalized same-sex marriage. The court denied the clerk's appeal without explanation and any notes of dissent. Look, same-sex marriage is not going anywhere. It is. Nope. It is. So once they get to the tariffs, hopefully they do that before they break for the weekend. They get to tariffs because that is an emergency. They decide, does the president have the power to go forth with tariffs? Now, even if they don't approve it, it's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world because I think we have the votes to pass that in the House and the Senate. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Hopefully, because tariffs are going to help save this country. Look at the economy already. You can base a lot of that because of tariffs. Mm-hmm. Trump puts the BBC on notice, retract and apologize for false information, or face $1 billion lawsuit. Guess what they did?
We're sorry.
Yeah, they fired multiple people, too. They said they were sorry, and they fired multiple people. The head of the BBC lost his job. Yeah, they apologized on Friday. And coming from a country that you can't put crap on Facebook.
Right.
Serious. They made over 9,000 arrests last year on Facebook posts. People thrown in the prison on Facebook posts. Let that sink in for a second. The president's like, I'll sue your butt for $1 billion. Mm-hmm. See, this is what Melania did too. What was it? Vanity Fair wrote an article. No, it was the New York Times.
Yeah.
Wrote an article and she was like, okay, we're going to sue you. Mm-hmm. Defamation. I'm not in public office. I can sue you. I will sue you.
Oh, we're sorry. We're sorry. We didn't mean to.
Yeah, well, we're very sorry.
It was just a joke.
So this tariff is the next thing that's got to be hammered up. So what's the deal with Tony Romo said something during the game?
No idea.
I don't watch football, but Tony Romo goes viral again for an eyebrow-raising DTF comment during the Packers, the Buccaneers, and the Patriots game.
No idea.
Tony Romo can't seem to stop going viral. Maybe that's on design. I don't know. But people are upset at something Tony Romo said. What exactly did Tony Romo say?
Somebody tell us.
Oh, he said, okay, here's what he said. He said, this team is DTF. Romo, of course, said that to Jim Nantz, his broadcast partner. All right, you might detail, toughness, and finished. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Detail, toughness, and finish. What is so crazy about that?
That sounds like things you need to pay attention to if you're a pro ball player.
DTF.
Details.
Tough and finish.
That's what you want in football players.
Let's see.
Oh, my God, he's going viral for what? That's crazy. The last thing they said the same thing. I looked it up. I was like, and your point is crazy. French man digging a swimming pool in his backyard unearthed a treasure, 5 gold bars, a stash of coins worth $800,000 US. Imagine the things that you could buy with that money. Maybe hire someone to dig your own damn pool. Now you can afford to fill up your swimming pool. 5 gold bars, that's worth some real money. Yeah, you get the coins, 800,000, but the gold bars nowadays, gold is king. Both the director general and the CEO of the BBC. Here's that story of resigned after backlash. They misled and they edited the speech from Donald Trump. That's why they got fired.
Okay.
So, by the way, this is the biggest firing since we kicked our butts and it became independent. It was hugely. Yeah.
It was the best fire.
All right, pricey Thanksgiving. Prices have continued to turkey prices. Bird flu has caused turkeys to go up. Wholesale turkey prices have spiked by 75% since October of last year, climbing 94 cents a pound. $1.71 per pound.
Just wait. Next week, they'll be like 20 cents.
Yep. Well, bird flu will do that. I mean, but I'm looking at the price of eggs lately,
did they have
and those are gone. But, I mean, chicken is still...
They just wipe out these populations just as a precaution. We're going to kill everything.
Why? Why do they do this?
Well,
think of what happens when you do it.
Number one problem is we have too many huge government, not government, but huge companies that aren't American companies that own all these meat packing plants. And that's where part of that starts.
I'm just saying, follow the money.
Yeah. Journey announced their farewell tour beginning 60 North American shows.
Wow, Neil Schoen's probably going to hang it up.
Yeah, and so they're hanging it up. And by the way, the little Filipino singer, he's like, wait, I'm still young. I'm only like 48 now.
I'm kind of surprised because Neil Schoen said he was going to keep going as long as he could.
According to a new study, 63% of young adults from 18 to 34 and 53% of their parents have considered leaving the United States. Bye. See you later. I'm just not believing 63% of young adults. Yeah, they might have thought about it, and they went, well.
It's because their college professor told them to.
But my mom and dad aren't going to pay for this. Okay, radical idea from Donald Trump. Radical. Health care for the people.
Huh. That is so radical.
Giving the people their own money to buy their own damn health care.
Oh, my God.
Well, this is a radical idea. The Democrats insisting. I thought the Democrats were for a health care savings account. They've been pushing that.
No. They want government in control of everything.
So what they really want is single-payer insurance. That's what they really want.
The government, yes. They don't want you to be the single payer.
Well, they also want single-payer food, you know, like government-owned supermarkets.
Because they're fascists, the true fascists, government-owned.
The Democrats
industry.
also want government-owned vehicles. That way they can point you in the right direction.
They're Nazis. And they can turn it off when they want to.
So the president is talking about giving a monthly stipend so that you buy your own insurance. You decide. Why do you need the government to decide? Because as you've learned over the last month or so, the government the government can take it away. And you just woke up. Gavin Newsom. Coming off the energy from Prop 50. Landed in Texas. This was the welcome party for Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom and Jasmine Crockett got together over the weekend. They got together, and I couldn't find the speech anywhere. This is the only part of the speech that I could find on the internet or social media.
Wasn't it a closed gathering? Like, there wasn't that many people.
But this is the only part I could find.
How we doing, Harris County? How you feeling? Oh, it's good to be in Texas.
Oh, gosh.
Get your ass out of Texas, Gavin Newsom.
Did you hear his
Yeah,
accent?
But look at that room is fairly small.
Yeah, it looks like a bar,
like a hotel somewhere.
Yeah, all the lights are off, and all right, I'm gonna play the I'm gonna play the chick, and please, I'm not fat shaming anyway. I was very fat, so I'm not fat shaming anybody. But the point is, I've never asked the government though. If I ate a damn candy bar, I paid for it. If I drank sugary drinks, I paid for it. By the way, I ain't did my damn push-ups yet. I got to get that done. So here's the lady saying she's starving, and God bless her, because I think she's suffering from mental illness of some point.
Yes.
Because the government doesn't have to give you everything. And I will say this chick is not starving.
It's really bad. Danielle Grant is starving. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can get some food. Because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So I'm going to try to make it.
Oh, my gosh. I find that hard to believe. I want to say she was set up to do that. What do y'all think?
I think this is probably social media at its best. I'll put her back on the screen.
It's really bad. Danielle Grant is starving. I don't know.
Listen to the voiceover.
Because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow.
Man, I will feed you. I will feed you. But
that girl ain't starving.
No, she's not starving. I've seen starving kids.
The voiceover says she is starving.
She's
Danielle
not starving.
Grant is starving.
In about
No,
11
she
months. In about 11 months, she might
Trust
be.
me, that girl got enough food on her to last her.
That's what I was
good
thinking.
She's
2
full of
months.
groceries. Is
Oh
that
yeah.
what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm
She'd
thinking.
probably do herself very good not eating for 2 months.
Man.
Weight Watcher caller.
No, not even that. Just live off of some water and pray. Go on a fast.
Go
and
on a
then
fast.
Come out
Water.
of your house.
You got to have the water because
Right.
you got to have that. But she doesn't have to have
She's got enough stored
outside nutrition.
Stored nutrients.
You know, I'm not somebody that has to eat like the wife. If she doesn't eat 3 meals a day, she is hangry and she's in a bad mood. But for me, like Saturday morning, we got up, went ate breakfast. I didn't eat. She made me chicken wings during the ball game, and I'm like, I'm not eating.
Yeah.
And so I didn't eat until the next morning when we ate another big breakfast. So I can go a whole day without eating.
Yeah.
It does not affect me. It does not affect me for whatever reason. I guess I'm not diabetic. I mean, diabetics, you guys need to eat, no doubt. I'm not encouraging fasting. But going without every once in a while, it just makes you be thankful
Yes.
for food. Yeah, later. Minneapolis, Minnesota, reelected the Democratic mayor, Jacob Pry, who delivered his victory speech in Somali. Yeah, David Pry beat out Ian Omar's husband/brother, former husband, ex-husband, but he's still her brother.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I hope you can keep up with that. But he did his entire victory speech in Somali. Congratulations, Mr. Fry. You are definitely a politician. I mean, if Omar's brother would have done that, I get it. He's Somali. You are not. And Volvo and Wabi, W-A-A-B-I, Wabi. New chapter in trucking. Wabi, the leader in physical alternative intelligence, has revealed their major milestone. They are making these trucks, self-driven trucks. Volvo has also put out a self-driving trucks. I know in the patch they're using self-driving trucks to do some things on county roads.
Yep.
Volvo says that is going to be where they make their headway in the trucking industry. And Jordan Hudson, that's Bill Belichick's young, attractive girlfriend. Beyonce, maybe. I don't know. Tar Heels did win 20-15 over Stanford. And she had her necklace on and it said Band. Is that a brand name, Band? Or is that her name brand? I thought her name brand was...
maybe she was in the band.
Band. Banned.
If she's not that old, that might be left over from high school.
Band. No, I don't know. I don't know if that's a brand or, yeah. I thought her nickname was Digger. I don't know why.
How you say that.
Yeah, I have no idea why. All right, we're going to talk about a Pennsylvania girl murder solved many, many years later. We'll get to that coming up in a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew, heading right now to Santa Fe. He's probably up there. Yeah, I got a special session that the governor has called and didn't show up to her own damn party because she's still in Brazil. We got a big problem with climate change in this state. 2 weeks in Brazil. You're paying for it, by the way.
Yep.
You want to keep up with this session? Go and sign up for his newsletter, Randy Pettigrew's newsletter at randallpettigrew.com. Look, the governor is trying to get more power. It's not just about giving food to people. Emergency powers. That's what this is about. Check out Randy's website. He'll tell you about it, randallpettigrew.com. Make sure and sign up for that newsletter. Monica quickly did the text. We got to get to things that happen on this, boob of the day up next.
All right. So the whole ordeal with Tony Romo saying DTF, he meant it like in football terms. But of course, in slang, it's down to, you know what?
Oh.
So that's why there was
Brown
controversy.
cow.
Yeah.
The F-bomb.
Yes. And a few texters let us know that.
Oh, okay. I just didn't get
I didn't get it either. Yeah, because we don't text like that. Laughter Lover says, I'm starving and I can't get up. Fat Pappy says, dates and figs give you the feeling of eating sweets while being a superfood that you can live off of.
Figs?
Digger Bill said, at last, San have Turks, some driverless trucks with a companion truck with it on lease roads.
Okay.
And this texter would like to know, how is everything going with your wife's citizenship, B?
I don't know. Still waiting. So we'll see. Paid the fee. I don't think there's released all my bank accounts and life insurance and all that type of stuff.
The governor doesn't need any more powers. She needs to be out of office and out of New Mexico.
Get on out of here.
I think it's funny she calls a special session and it's not here.
And it's not even here. Awesome song, you guys. You guys have a blessed week. And absolutely love y'all's new song. Gary from the Patch said, oh, that song fits just perfect. Big Jer says, it sounds great.
I wonder if the governor's laying out on the beach.
And Matt Landry said, wait, first let's read Brian. Brian from Albuquerque said, good morning, you guys. Monica, did anyone mention mashed potatoes with red chili? No, they didn't.
Potatoes.
But I do know someone who eats that. Jal Patriot said, oorah, Longhorns, stomp some Aggie rear. And Jody Jackson sent in a Red Raider, guns up. Every year I do a bacon-wrapped smoked turkey with green chili stuffing.
That sounds really good.
And Bean Sandwich said, I do smoked turkey in a green chili bagel dressing. Bagel dressing? Bagel? Google sweet potato and yams and read it and see what the difference is. We already did. And Matt Landry said, B, quit being a hater. Just because Texas A&M came into your house and spanked that
no, they spanked our butts. How many times before has people spanked your butt? The whole problem is the attitude. Win with class. Don't be an ass. Win with class.
Usually they get their
I was
feelings.
gonna pull for you guys because I'm actually an Elko fan, but I'm not gonna. I will pull for Texas Tech.
They get their feelings hurt and change conferences more than any other team.
Then they went on to say
Your big brother, Texas. Your big brother. The reason why you're in the SEC, you ran from your big brother. You're going to play him soon.
And he said everybody's always hating on the winners. They'll beat Texas, and then they'll probably play Tech and win that one as well with the subpar quarterback and defense.
Let's see.
Gary from the Pouch said, I'm a Red Raider fan, but I think that whole gun is up thing looks kind of gay. Jules said, guns up.
It's better to have your gun up
Raiders
than have it down. I'm just saying.
True.
I'm just saying. That's great. Guns up for the Red Raiders, said Jules.
I mean, guns up is cool. Monica, you ever said that's cool? Gun down?
No.
Gun down
great.
is not. Yeah, guns up is much better.
I like guns up. I like Tech. Patrick's not listening, so I can say I love Tech.
Wait, what is him listening?
Come on, Longhorns, let's go.
Well, so we went to his brother and sister took us to a Tech game. I told you on my first college game last year. And I grew up liking Tech. I don't know why. I guess because it was Lubbock. And he's like, stop cheering for them. I was like, golly. He's like, we're Longhorn fans. And I'm like, okay, sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I still like Tech.
I'm not. I'm not a Longhorn fan.
Go Aggies, said this texter. And that's it for the text line.
Look, anytime somebody rebuilds a program, I will say that's awesome. Just don't be, look, LSU has been up and been down. I've seen it. No matter what, I'm a purple and gold fan. I am a purple and gold fan. No matter what. And well, you know what? I said it before. I'll be a purple and gold fan when Brian Kelly is not there. I'll be a purple and gold fan when the new coach comes in. So we have rebuilt and torn up, and you guys are now on the upside. Good for you. It took you 200 damn years of playing football. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit. All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror and Grooming Tool times 1 times 5 times 10 magnification, bright LED lights. They also make one that will mount right there on your bathroom wall. Or, if you like the original one that you can take with you and travels easy, weighs less than 4 pounds, that's cool. Now, they've also rolled out something brand new. Small mirrors, pocket mirrors, one that goes in your back pocket, one that goes right in your purse. Check them out today. Price point on those, $29.99 and $39.99. They make great stocking stuffers. 575-631-3189. AtlasMakeupMirror.com for more information. We got to get to the boob of the day. We'll get to that. Keep you updated with all the news coming up in just a second. We're KWMW Malgamura, 105.1 FM, also KWES 93.5 in Rio Doso, and KDAZ AM 700, FM 96.9 in Albuquerque. Check them out today. By the way, we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, now X, Rumble, wherever. Go check them out. All right, boob of the day this morning being brought to you by our friends at Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. You hear me talking about testosterone replacement therapy. You hear me talking about hormonal optimization, and they do all of that. And if you're living in pain, they offer stem cell therapy and ozone therapy. But they also have specials going on right now. Buy 2, get 1 free on the eBoo. Also, 20% off hair removal, and you can get that done. Body contouring, $200. Make that 20% off right now. Buy 4, get 1 free on the Skinny Shot or the B12 injections. And the hormone pellet therapy, get $50 off right now. They do premium IV drips, So if you've seen other places that do the vitamin drips and that type of stuff, they do all of that at Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, proud sponsor this morning of the boob of the day.
Have you ever been driving and passed one of those big green highway signs and thought, man, they just leave those things on the side of the road and anyone could just drive up and take them?
No.
Well, 2 guys were arrested for allegedly trying to steal a DOT sign on I-91. That's up in Connecticut. It's only 177 miles long, so it's not that big. Anyway, they tried to steal one. Now, there's an image online of the sign that was broken down and crudely strapped in the bed of their truck. And that truck was really beat up. So you kind of wonder if they ran over it a couple times first.
Mm-hmm.
And the sign's bigger than you think. All of those are. And it doesn't fit in the bed of a truck, even though it looks like it should. It's strapped in, and that one extended over the cab and hung out the back. Almost touched the ground. Now, it's unclear why they stole it. Wasn't any, because the road was called Butt Road or anything. So either it was someone's bright idea to haul it away to decorate their man cave or dive bar, or they're looking for things to sell or scrap, and that was the best plan they could come up with.
Wow.
Which is pretty bold. It occurred in broad daylight at 8 a.m. Someone online said they drove by as it was happening and thought it was an accident. So maybe they actually did run into the signpost to knock it down. Both guys were arrested and charged with third-degree larceny, reckless use of a highway by a pedestrian. And that's because they had to get out of their truck. And improper parking on the highway.
Wow.
To load up the sign.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of all that. Go look up the pictures. It's pretty funny. Anyway, they are the boobs of the day.
Boob of the day this morning being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. We'll talk about a rapper named Rod Wave was arrested. I'll tell you what he did. We'll talk about a murder case that was finally settled from the 60s and Iran's water bankruptcy will weaken their regime. We'll talk about those stories coming up in just a second. We're going to take a break. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. You can find them this morning in Roswell, 1105 East 2nd. Check them out today. Homegrown and proud. Farm and Ranch Supplies, Western Wear. They've got you covered with all of that and more. And they are your certified Purina dealer. Trailers, tank, tack. They've got you covered there. Fencing materials. Looking Good Western Wear and more. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Also, you can find them in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Straight up 9 o'clock, we're being the Breakfast Club.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. For the past month, thousands of New Mexicans who receive SNAP benefits haven't known what to expect. But on Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court granted an emergency appeal to temporarily block a court order to fully fund SNAP payments, meaning the administration can temporarily continue with partial payments for SNAP. But Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says New Mexican recipients will have full benefits this month because the state loaded the funds onto EBT cards before the Supreme Court's rulings. Despite the Supreme Court ruling for partial SNAP benefits, Lujan Grisham is still holding the special session she called for to start at noon on Monday. And an American Airlines flight from Dallas that was scheduled to arrive around 10 p.m. Thursday in Roswell had to turn around and return to Dallas because there was a malfunction in the anemometer, a piece of FAA equipment that measures airspeed and direction. The Roswell Air Center said the equipment was not working and pilots didn't have the wind information they needed to make a safe landing. Airport officials say nighttime flights arriving or departing from Roswell depend on the automated equipment because the FAA only staffs the tower between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. But airport officials say in the future, the National Weather Service will be able to deal with malfunctions and reset the equipment remotely. The flight from Dallas was able to fly to Roswell on Friday. With their best starting record since 2006, the now 9-1 Texas Tech Red Raiders defeated the previously undefeated BYU Cougars 29-7 in Lubbock on Saturday. Head coach Joey McGuire credited the defense for getting the job done and putting the team in the top 10 in rankings for the college playoffs.
Our defense has played at a really high level all year long. You know, one thing that I talked to them is, dominate up front. We wanted to stop the run. I mean, that's the number one running back in the Big 12 yardage-wise. LJ. And I mean, I love LJ. And that's the number one running back. And then that quarterback has been electric with his feet, and they have a really good offensive line. So we stop the run, and when you do that, you got a chance to rush the passer.
And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos back at it again at Permian Ford Lincoln, your new home of the Big Blue Gorilla. You'll see why whenever you come by. Check it out. Anyway, glad to be back powering B in the Breakfast Club. Also excited to be back here at Permian Ford making all the deals for all of Southeastern New Mexico and West Texas that are so outrageous you'll think twice about buying or selling your car anywhere else. Text me today, 575-441-7855. We have a radio discount code, Breakfast Club. That's 575-441-7855. Radio discount code Breakfast Club. PermianFord.com.
This holiday season, skip the long lines and crowded big box stores and shop local right here in Hobbs, New Mexico. From charming boutiques to handcrafted gifts and holiday treasures, Hobbs has everything you need to check off your list and support your neighbors while you do it. After a day of holiday shopping, eat local. Cozy up with comfort food, festive drinks, and hometown flavors you'll love. Make a weekend of it. Stay at one of Hobbs's welcoming hotels and enjoy a relaxing holiday escape without ever leaving town. And don't forget to play. From festive lights to family fun, there's always something magical happening in Hobbs this season. Eat, shop, stay, and play local this holiday season and make it a Hobbs holiday to remember. For more information on Hobbs Chamber members and their holiday events and sales, you can always go to hobbschamber.org or find them on Facebook.
80 years. That's how long Forest Tire has been serving the needs of their loyal customers. You need a tire that will keep you going for the long haul so you can take on tough jobs. Let us introduce you to the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It holds up to tough conditions to keep you rolling strong. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and do more for more miles. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Hi, this is Danny Kirkendall with Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. We're celebrating 100 years in business here on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia, and we invite you to come see us for your new Chevy GMC or a just perfect pre-owned vehicle. Our GM certified team is ready to assist you, so give us a call at 575-746-3551 or visit us online at guychevy.com.
Guy Chevrolet celebrating 100 years at the corner of 1st and Main in downtown Artesia.
It's time to make sure no one in the area goes hungry this Thanksgiving with the 4th annual MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight. We're teaming up with United Way offices in Lee and Eddy counties and grocery stores in Hobbs, Lovington, Carlsbad, and Artesia to fight hunger in our own communities. Food prices are still high this year, so more people are struggling than usual during the already tough Thanksgiving season. But with your help, we can make sure no one has to go without. As part of this 2-day event, we'll be at Bob's Thriftway in Lovington and Fenn's Country Market in Artesia Friday, November 14th from 2 to 5 p.m. Then Saturday, November 15th, we'll be at Albertsons Market in Hobbs and La Tienda in Carlsbad from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The 4th annual MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight is being brought to you this year by sponsors Blaine Industrial Supply in Hobbs, Old Jackson Lovington, Forest Tire in Lovington, Hobbs, Artesia, and Carlsbad, Bronze sponsor DMC Oilfield Services in Hobbs, Silver sponsor New Mexico Junior College in Hobbs, and Platinum sponsors in Hobbs, SDR Enterprises, Rig Outfitters and Home Store, Garner's Motorsports, and the Working Guys Store. If your business would like to become a sponsor, please contact your favorite DJ, or you can reach out to me, Lori, at 575-390-3569. That's 390-3569.
Be as generous as you can and join us when we're in your city to fight hunger this Thanksgiving with the MTD Radio Food Fight.
Bob's Ridgeway this week celebrating our veterans and thanking them, the ones who have served in our serving, for protecting this country. And bringing you great fall values like quarter loin pork chops $1.79 a pound, T-bone steak $8.99 a pound this week. Mini watermelons $2.99 each, and get a new crop of navel oranges 3-pound bag just $2.99. Your Philadelphia cream cheese 2 big bricks 2 for $5. Kellogg's cereals to be 28-ounce box $4.99, and get your Hot Pockets a 4-count just $4.48. All at Bob's Ridgeway, where for 50 years your grocery dollar has always gone farther.
Your morning show powered by your Ford dealer. Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford. You don't have time to read the articles? We'll give you a synopsis of what's going on.
He went in the witness protection program.
No, back to the show. Be in the Breakfast Club.
Does his mother know about this?
Today in tech history. November 10th, 2001. Apple ships the first iPod, the device that changed the course of both music and technology industries. Update today, November 10th. Many people trash their old iPods, not realizing they could still be used as an external hard drive, mini storage for music, photos, and files. Or they were just embarrassed to be seen with old technology. This has been Today in Tech History.
I'm definitely, when I go to my mom's, I am going to take that mini iPhone that she had that's about, that tall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take that thing.
Mm-hmm.
She don't need it anyway.
No.
I noticed one of my brothers stole one of her big Magnalite pots.
What's that?
You never heard of Magnalite?
Magnalite.
Yeah, my son just sold 2 Magnalite pots for like $500.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Well, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Magnalite.
And they also make stuff that looks like Magnalite, is not. I've got my grandmother's, and then I had another one that was my grandmother's, and I gave it to my daughter. But it is kind of warped at the bottom because it has been put iron. Magnalite pots aren't really good on electric stoves.
Right.
They like, just like tortillas.
Oh.
They don't like electric. The Comal just doesn't.
Gas.
You need
Where's
gas. You need gas, but
Cooking with
Magnalite
gas.
pots. I cannot cook a good gumbo without a Magnalite pot to make my roux in.
That's fair.
So I need real Magnalite. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128, exit right there on Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles. You'll see them. Twin Wells Fuel Station, open to the public. It's a large facility. It's covered. It's nice. They sell unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF. If you're driving on 128 and you need fuel, don't sweat it. Just exit on Buck Jackson Road. They accept all your credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards right up of 128, Buck Jackson Road. It's Twin Wells Fuel Station, reminding you to be safe on the road. All right, there was a rapper from Florida. His name was Rod Wave. Earned his Grammy nomination on Friday. Was arrested hours later in Georgia for multiple weapons and drug charges. That call to his mother must have been very funny. Do you want the good news or the bad news? I'm Rod Waver. That's got to be a rap name. Rod Waver. Unbelievable. And the company in China has rolled out their very human-like robot powered by a solid-state battery. It has 3 Turing AI chips, 62 active joints, walks, talks, performs just like a human. One store has already announced they're going to have them as greeters at the store. So, no need for the Walmart greeters. You've got a robot. Told you it was going to happen. The good news is it's made by the Chinese, so it only lasts like a week and a half. That's the good news.
There are stores that have robots roaming up and down the aisle with a little sign on that says, "Can I help you?"
Yep. Trump administration has announced that the IRS direct filed, the electronic system for filing tax returns for free, will not be offered next year. Well, that's not good. And Slime, Battleship, and Trivial Pursuit all inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame.
Can you believe that?
Congratulations going out to all the toys. I'm still waiting on the Slinky.
It made it. It was a couple years ago.
New Mexico officials calling for answers on unpaid Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon fire claims. So 3 members of the congressional delegation pressing FEMA.
Yes, and these are the 3 that voted to shut down the government, so it couldn't happen.
Of course, there are 900 homes affected, and you know, this happened in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
These claims should have been paid
They should have.
during the Biden administration.
Yes, but your Democrat representatives voted to put it off even longer and then complained that it was being put
And
off.
I don't understand, because I know people that had to make FEMA claims in Roswell. They got paid.
Yep.
They got paid within 30 days.
Yep.
I know people in Louisiana that had hurricane damage. They got paid fairly quick.
I don't know.
Why did it take so long?
And Martin Heinrich really doesn't care because he doesn't live here anyway.
And President Trump, another extravagant party at Mar-a-Lago. By the way, if you haven't seen the brand new Netflix, it's #1 on Netflix, the Netflix TV show. So if you're looking for something to watch, Death by Lightning. I finished it. Done. I think it was eight or 6 episodes. I'm done. So it's about the Republican Party. Garfield was going to be a great president. Then stuff happened.
Who was it made by?
I don't know. I just saw it on Netflix. But I thought it was, it was entertaining. And when you look at stuff, entertaining is,
That's important. It's the most important.
kind of important. So historically, I think it's,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's halfway historical. I don't know who's the director. I'll look that up. Monica in the text, and then we'll come back to it.
I do not go for any game that has a gaudy, ugly, orange, and black. Okay.
Orange and
Chicky
black.
Chicky Pow Pow said, why is the governor in Brazil at a climate conference? Dumb, dumb, dumb. Are the Democrats going to get mad because it's raining too much? They didn't vote on that. Come on, people. Get with it. And guns up, short horns down, said a texter.
Ooh.
Roy from Jowl said, robots are good for dangerous jobs with disposability. When they replace the human workforce, who will be here to purchase the product when the people are broke and unemployed? Good
You're
point,
living
Roy.
in the Matrix anyway.
Matt Landry said he just sent a stat in for Texas A&M.
Matt,
He wants
come
to
on.
see.
You've ever played for the national championship? Come on, bro. Have you ever played for the national championship? Have you ever played for the conference championship in the SEC? Enjoy your time, bro. Enjoy your time.
You just like triggering them.
Holier Than Thou Hypocrite says, I didn't even know China had solid state batteries, let alone using them in a practical way. Just another example of China being years ahead of us in tech. Kind of sucks.
I'm glad that you learned something because you said you didn't know. There you go. See, educating you. That's what we do.
Yeah, China doesn't have they barely have electricity there. It's amazing. You ought to look up the
Keep reading.
slavery going on in China since you're applauding them.
Yeah, keep reading.
East no bueno.
I'm really glad that he's learning something. That's
I'm really glad that they listen.
See, he listens and he learns. And
he's a great
way
guy.
to go.
That's awesome.
He's a great guy. That's it for the text line.
All right, Matt Ross was the director. It stars Michael Shannon, Matthew McAfee. What's the guy? Oh, Nick Offerman is in it.
Offerman.
Yeah, Offerman. So got some names like Michael Shannon. I can never remember his name, but I see his face and I'm going,
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Matt Ross, same thing. I'm like, oh, that guy. So there's a lot of people that are in there that you'll probably recognize, but it's based on Garfield's short-lived time as a president of the United States. Very short-lived time. I think it was like less than 2 months.
It wasn't very long.
No, it wasn't long at all. President Trump attended another lavish Mar-a-Lago extravaganza, and they're like in the food banks. People haven't hit the food banks. So his life got to stop. Do you think Adam Schiff's life stopped any? You think Chuck Schumer's life stopped? No. I could keep on. You think Jeffrey's life stopped in the least bit? No. So why should Donald Trump's life stop?
Right.
And by the way, these parties aren't planned like a week in advance. They're planned months in advance. And that's what the First Lady does. So stop it already. Come up with something else. Just stop. And Blake, did you see the man named Pancake charged with battering his elderly father? Old Pancake. His real name is Eric Thomas. 38 years old, faces battery charges allegedly attacking a 72-year-old father during a dispute at his father's Palm City home. He struck his father in the face, causing him bodily harm. By the way, his stepmother tried to get in there. Pancake appeared to be intoxicated and belligerent and pled the fifth. By the way, he's been arrested. And no waffling, please, Pancake. No way are we endorsing elderly abuse.
Nope.
This crime, I think he deserves to be shipped off to Ellis Island. If that was still around. All right, we got to take a break. We're coming back. Good news of the day in just a second. We'll keep you updated with everything going on. News this morning being brought to you by La Tienda Thriftway. New specials going on as you start thinking about Thanksgiving. Turkeys are 99 cents a pound. We just said the prices are up. Not at La Tienda Thriftway in Carlsbad. Also, they have the pork sirloin roast for just $1.99 a pound. Arm roast beef for just $4.99 a pound. New York strip for $8.99 a pound. Get the navel oranges, 4 for $1. Also, jumbo avocados, 99 cents each. Chub tomatoes, 2 for $5. 10-ounce container, 2 for $5. And get 2 pounds of white onions for just $1. Plus, you could save right now in the deli department. You could save on Virginia ham. It's just $5.49 a pound. Pickle or olive loaf, $6.49 a pound. And Kobe cheese is $7.49 a pound. And they've got lots of savings getting you ready for Thanksgiving. The turkeys, they've got sweet corn. They've got everything you're looking for. One stop for all your shopping. And if you're thinking about, making something special for Thanksgiving, I guarantee you they can help you. They also visit the taco bar. You might be hungry as you shop. Get to the taco bar, delicious tacos, and made from scratch tortillas. Corn tortillas, flour tortillas, shells, chips. They've got all of that at La Tienda in Carlsbad, right there on Canal. And they have Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Big Red just in time for the holidays. 24-pack is $10.99. Check it out today. Taking a break, coming back. Good news of the day. Up next, be in the Breakfast Club.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he wants a vote as soon as possible on passing a bill to reopen the government.
It's after 40 days of wandering in the wilderness and making the American people suffer needlessly. Some Senate Democrats finally have stepped forward to end the pain.
Now that there's a runway for its passage in the Senate.
The Democrats accepted an offer that was always on the table. The shutdown deal skips their crown jewel, the whole reason they were fighting in the first place to extend the Obamacare subsidies. Instead, they got a promise to hold a vote on it in December. Let me be clear about this. It's not a vote right now.
Fox's Aisha Hasni, the U.S. Supreme Court rejects the call to overturn its landmark decision to legalize same-sex marriage nationwide while agreeing to decide whether states can continue to count late arriving mail ballots. America's listening to Fox News.
At Franklin Veterinary Clinic, they're a full-service clinic that offers comprehensive care for family pets, equine athletes, and livestock alike. They have multiple veterinarians on staff providing the best possible care for your animals at every stage of their life. And when emergencies arise, they offer 24-hour ambulatory services and after-hour emergency care. The new emergency number is 575-808-7725. Franklin Veterinary Clinic, a tradition and excellence in caring, proudly serving Lincoln, Chavez, and Otero counties.
Guns, and more guns. Available now at Benny's Western Store in Artesia. New guns, used guns, lots and lots of guns are arriving weekly at Benny's. They still have plenty of boots, hats, shirts, and jeans, as well as purses and accessories for the ladies. Don't forget that Benny's always has free gift wrapping. Benny's Western Store, 205 West Main in Artesia.
Stuck on the roadside? Tractor acting up in the field? Tired of wasting time driving to a shop or an oil change? Stop worrying and start calling Black Widow Mobile Repair and Services, LLC. They bring quality service that comes to you anywhere in southeastern New Mexico. Black Widow handles it all. Light and heavy-duty diesel repair, complete roadside services, diagnostics, plus repairs for your RV, ATV, farm equipment, and even your boat. Don't let a breakdown slow you down. Get your service where you are. For quality, convenient repairs, call today, 575-988-4185. That's 575-988-4185.
Celebrate 50 years of good cheer with Christmas Bling at Inn of the Mountain Gods and Casino Apache. Earn 50 slot points every Tuesday and Thursday in November to receive a beautiful 50th anniversary ornament, the perfect addition to your tree. And some lucky players might unwrap a little extra surprise. Free spirit play with their ornament. It's the season for sparkles, smiles, and Christmas Bling. Only at Inn of the Mountain Gods and Casino Apache. While supplies last, must be 21 or older. Visit innofthemountaingods.com or see Apache Spirit Club booth for details.
Your call is very important.
Still waiting on your cable company to care? With slow speeds and hidden fees, maybe it's time to pull the plug. Kinetic gives you 100% fiber and gig speeds with 25 times faster uploads than cable. Local service that actually shows up, and clear pricing that isn't there to surprise you. So ditch cable and connect with the right crowd. Get up to $200 when you switch. Visit GoKinetic.com. Kinetic. Internet better. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Ruben. I work at Chevron, and this is my New Mexico. My main thing is family time, off-roading on the trails, letting my kids experience the world. And I'm glad that Chevron is doing its part for future generations, lowering our carbon intensity in New Mexico. Oh, I feel very proud when I'm wearing my Chevron logo.
Learn more at chevron.com/Ruben.
Let's face it, there's no opportune time for your furnace or water heater to go out. But the sad truth is, eventually, they will. When the time comes that you need to replace either of them, Zia Natural Gas Company offers energy efficiency rebates that can put some of that hard-earned money back in your pocket. Visit zngc.com to learn more about all of the ways you can get money back through their energy efficiency program. Zia Natural Gas Company. Naturally, a better way.
No matter when, no matter where, no matter what. Now open in Roswell, Nomad provides the highest quality full line of organic products and the friendliest, most educated staff in Southeast New Mexico. Find the Nomad crash site at 3606 North Main. They can guide the first-time nervous customer, as well as cater to connoisseurs and medical patients. You can stop by Nomad's one-of-a-kind retail location at 3606 North Main in Roswell. Reach for the top shelf today at Nomad.
Attention, art lovers. Join Legacy Art Studios at the Yacasio Performing Arts Center in Artesia on November 15th from 2 to 4 p.m. for an unforgettable art show featuring the incredible Mark Smith. Enjoy a stunning array of his work, from mesmerizing marble and bronze sculptures to unique gypsum creations. Don't miss the chance to bid on your favorite piece in a silent auction featuring a one-of-a-kind mixed media sculpture combining stainless steel, bronze, and marble. Something truly special. You'll also find captivating acrylic and oil paintings, plus exquisite mirror etchings. Meet Mark in person, enjoy free entry, and savor delightful refreshments. Check out some of Mark's artwork on their Facebook page, Legacy Art Studio. They can't wait to see you there.
This show is being paid for
Be
by
in
the
the Breakfast
Artesia
Club.
Arts Council.
Ford and PermianFord.com.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain.
I decide when I'm done.
Oh, we're almost done. 9:28. Good news of the day this morning being brought to you by our buddy Herschel Rustin Hayes, your former insurance agent. Find him in Lovington, right there on Avenue D. And he's right across the street from Bob's. 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance. You can take care of all of your insurance. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So a woman in Pittsburgh was distraught after a trick-or-treater went home with her diamond engagement ring. Yeah, of course, on Halloween. Right. It was an accident. She said she looked everywhere. The only possibility was it slipped off her hand while she was giving out candy. She posted about it on social media and placed calls to the police and schools. Somebody in the kid's family saw the story, went through the candy, took out the candy they wanted, and also found the ring. And so they called her and said, here you go. And this is kind of like winning the lotto. A man discovered a gold treasure worth $800,000 while digging a swimming pool in his backyard in France. 5 gold bars and many, many coins. They were in plastic bags. And unlike here, the French government let him keep it.
Wow.
Because the cops, they could somehow determine it was not stolen.
Wow.
So, since it wasn't stolen, he gets to keep it. That's a pretty good retirement fund. And Kevin, that is the good news of the day.
All right, Tradio is coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, your choice for your next HVAC job. Get in touch with Enrique Rocha. Heater not working? Don't worry about it. You'll need the air conditioning soon, too. Maybe that's not working. Enrique can help you out with both of them. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, 575-631-1999. We'll see you tomorrow morning, Tuesday edition of B and the Breakfast Club. Be listening tomorrow. We'll talk about where we're going to be this weekend for our food fight event. We'll be all over the place. We'll tell you where